Tonight, 4 warriors will clash in a battle for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Intercontinental title will be defended inside Hell in a Cell for the very first time, and much more. Welcome to the 3rd annual Extreme Rules. What's up, YouTube? This is Mathwas97 and welcome to the Extreme Rules pay-per-view for my WWE 2K17 Universe mode. We are here in Uniondale, New York for what is sure to be a jam-packed show, and we are kicking things off with the Japanese sensation, the king of strong style. You know him, you love him. This is Shinsuke Nakamura. And Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be kicking off the show in our opening matchup as he goes one-on-one with the face that runs the place, John Cena. What an opening contest we've got for you, but things aren't going to slow down from there. No, that is far from the case, because, as you saw at the top of the show, we've got a Hell in a Cell triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. We have got a fatal 4-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. We've got a tables tag team matchup for the tag team titles, and so much more in store for you tonight at the 3rd annual Extreme Rules. And I mean, if you want to get a good glimpse, a good taste of what this night's going to be like, I can think of no better opener than this match between Shinsuke Nakamura and John Cena. Shinsuke Nakamura, this is the man who defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania in his WWE debut. And, of course, John Cena, he scored a win over Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, knocking Roman Reigns out of the WWE title picture for the next year. However, John Cena did get a shot at potentially competing for the WWE Championship later on tonight. However, he lost his #1 contenders match to Daniel Bryan. So instead it will be Daniel Bryan taking on Kevin Owens later on in the show. So instead of competing at the top of the SmackDown card, instead of competing for the big prize, instead, John Cena comes out here tonight kicking off the show. And I'm sure that this is not the position that John Cena wants to be in, but I suppose it's better than not being on the card at all, because that's what John Cena had some choice complaints for SmackDown management, and it was for that reason that Shinsuke Nakamura came down to the ring and accepted Cena's challenge. That's what set this match into motion. And now, we're going to see these two behemoths, these two icons collide. You've got the newcomer in Shinsuke Nakamura, but he is by no means a rookie. And then, of course, you've got John Cena. John Cena, he's a household name. I mean, he's the man who carried the WWE on his back for the majority of a decade. But it seems as though John Cena, he's starting to make his way out the door, but John Cena doesn't seem to think so. Cena's looking to try to keep his foot in the door. And a victory over the red-hot up-and-comer Shinsuke Nakamura, well, that would do a great job at keeping John Cena, well, maintaining his position on the card. And as well as that, preventing Shinsuke Nakamura from rising any further up it, from perhaps usurping his position atop the card. As the referee rings the bell, and this match can get underway. And you can see not a single person sitting down here in the front row as this matchup now begins. John Cena, you see Cena using his power advantage over Nakamura to just toss Nakamura aside. And again, collar and elbow tie-up between these two men. And John Cena ducks behind into the waist lock. I don't know if it comes down to a mat-based affair. I'm not sure if that would give John Cena the advantage here. It's a really tough call when you're going up against such a well-rounded competitor like Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, he's explosive. He's got the striking ability, but he's also got the technical mat-based strengths. if it comes down to pure technical ability, you have to give the advantage to Nakamura in a matchup like this. But perhaps, could John Cena have the experience advantage? Maybe not necessarily in terms of just the time he's been wrestling, but here in the WWE, under the bright lights of a big pay-per-view, I mean, they call this man Big Match John for a reason. He knows how to get the job done in clutch situations. As Cena ducks underneath. And now look at this Hurricane. Whoa, no, he got caught. He was looking for the Cena Karana, but Nakamura drives him back down to the canvas with a powerbomb. And now Shinsuke Nakamura is heating up. He's starting to feel it. Massive knee to the midsection. And this is where Nakamura is at his best. If it comes down to a fist fight, a battle of strikes, John Cena is completely outclassed in that regard. As Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, there's a reason why they call him the king of strong style. And John Cena's feeling that right now as Shinsuke Nakamura drives the knee into the midsection. And now Shinsuke Nakamura looking for some good vibrations. And John Cena, that's not going to make him too happy, but Nakamura's having fun out there. That's the beauty of Shinsuke Nakamura's his character. He just possesses this unrivaled charisma. He can go out there and if you think, well, maybe he's taking his opponents lightly, no, that's not the case at all. Nakamura now drives the knee straight into the sternum, and he's gonna go for the pin. 2, but now John Cena able to kick out. Nakamura is incredibly adept at switching gears. You might think that he's out there just having some fun. It's all about fun and games. But just like that, Nakamura can switch it up and just crack your skull with vicious knees. But John Cena can't afford to let that get to him. We know that John Cena has become much more aggressive in the past several months, and look at John Cena just hammering away at the face of Nakamura. But he can't let Nakamura's his cool, confident side get the better of him. John Cena's gonna have to remain composed as well. Because John Cena, I don't think he can switch gears quite to the same level as Shinsuke Nakamura. Wait a minute, Shinsuke Nakamura! A massive kick from the top rope. He's gonna hook the leg on Cena. 1, does he have him 2? We could get the win here, no! Kick out by Cena. The diving Savat kick. Not enough to put Cena away, but you can see John Cena feeling the effects of these vicious kicks by Shinsuke Nakamura. Every part of Nakamura's body's a weapon. And John Cena, he's in a world of pain right now. As Shinsuke Nakamura has got firm control of this matchup. John Cena struggles to get back to his feet. And here comes Nakamura. Got Cena with the reverse exploder suplex. And Shinsuke Nakamura is heating up. Shinsuke Nakamura. Could he be looking for it? The crowd is on their feet. Shinsuke Nakamura measuring Cena. Could be looking for a Kinshasa. No! Nakamura looking for the Kinshasa, but John Cena able to duck out of harm's way. And then floors Nakamura with a clothesline. And now John Cena looking to take control of the matchup. Springboard stunner. Down goes Nakamura. John Cena hooks the leg, center of the ring. Does he have him 1? He might have him 2. John Cena picks up the win. No. Not so fast. Shinsuke Nakamura's got more left in the tank. It's going to take more than that to put down the King of Strong Style. As John Cena delivers a boot to the midsection. Fisherman suplex. And John Cena starting to quicken the pace. John Cena looking for another fisherman suplex, and he hits it again. As John Cena measuring Shinsuke. This is when John Cena starts to get in the zone. A couple of jabs to the midsection. Nakamura staggered. As John Cena has him in the headlock. Elbow to the back of the head. No, but that one was countered. Nakamura got the knee up. And just like that, Shinsuke Nakamura comes back with a big kick straight to the midsection. Cena trying to get back to his feet, but Nakamura with a boot to the face this time. And now Nakamura, Michinoku driver. And he hooks the leg on Cena. 1, 2. No, a kick out by Cena. That's the thing. Cena started to get into a battle of strikes, and that's when Nakamura gained the upper hand. Oh, but Nakamura was too slow. Nakamura tried ascending to that second rope, but John Cena recovered quicker than Nakamura was expecting and just ripped him off that top rope, or off that second rope. And now drives him down with a DDT. As John Cena picks Nakamura to his feet. And Cena gonna dump him out to the floor. Over the top rope, and now John Cena in pursuit. Now, this matchup is not no disqualification. There are countouts in effect as well. As the referee begins his count, John Cena's gonna have to get Nakamura back into the ring by a count of 10. Rather, I should say, both of these men need to make it back into the ring, because as we've seen as of late, John Cena not opposed to taking a countout victory. Perhaps Cena starting to feel a little pressured. As you can see, Cena battering Nakamura on the outside, referee to a count of 6. Now a count of 7 as John Cena continues his attack on Shinsuke Nakamura. But he's going to toss Nakamura back into the ring. As Nakamura makes it back to his feet, but John Cena's got him with a belly to... Wait a minute, no, blocked. Nakamura able to pick the knee. Oh, and there's a vicious kick. Was that to the leg? Cena tried to make it back to his feet. Nakamura just kicked his leg right out from underneath him, destroying his foundation. And Nakamura continues to hammer away on Cena here. As off that knee to the midsection, Cena crumbles. And this is not where he wants to be, as Nakamura delivers a vicious knee straight to the back, right in between the shoulder blades of John Cena. As now Nakamura looking to drag Cena over to that barricade. The referee continues his count once again. But Nakamura is measuring Cena. We've seen this before. Vicious knee. Yet again, Nakamura nearly decapitates Cena with that one. Referee to a count of 4 is Nakamura tossing Cena back into the ring. And Shinsuke now going to the top rope. Cena on wobbly legs as Nakamura with a vicious kick to the face, hooks the leg. 1, 2, no. Cena just able to survive, but Nakamura is inching ever closer. But as I say that, John Cena not looking to quit, continues to fight. Nakamura going for the ride, sit out powerbomb. And the pin. 2, no. Kick out again by Nakamura. But John Cena keeping his cool, not getting frustrated with the referee, and instead continues to attack. Putting his power on display with a deadlift gut-wrench suplex. As now John Cena drags him to the center of the ring, front and center. And John Cena, there's the vintage, you can't see me, and the 5-knuckle shuffle delivered. Nakamura's in trouble. John Cena could be looking to put him away. We know that's usually the prelude to the attitude adjustment up on his shoulders, but no, Nakamura counters and delivers a reverse DDT. Cena looking for the AA. Nakamura having none of it. And now Shinsuke to the middle rope. Cena stumbles to his feet as Nakamura unleashes a Kinshasa from the middle rope, but he wasn't able to get the full impact behind that one. Didn't have the running start, but it could be enough. 2, 3, no. John Cena able to get the shoulder off the canvas. Nakamura starting to get a little frustrated perhaps, but continues to go on the attack. John Cena might have been able to... Again, that was not Nakamura's strongest Kinshasa. It is a devastating knee, but Nakamura's got plenty more where that came from. As he now delivers a vicious German suplex. And speaking of the Kinshasas, Nakamura could be looking to fire one up here. Kinshasa, no! Cena able to sidestep it yet again. And now John Cena with the Thez press. And John Cena hammers away. Cena refusing to give in. Nakamura can go for all the Kinshasas he wants, but John Cena sees him coming. And now John Cena firing up the 5 moves of doom. We all know what's coming next. As Nakamura planted. And now John Cena looking for it again. He's looking for the 5 knuckles. No! Nakamura got the boot to the face. Nakamura. He's got Cena dazed. Reverse exploder suplex delivered yet again. And Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura lining it up. He failed the first 2 times. Can he get it this time? Kinshasa! Hook of the leg on Cena. 1, 2, 3. It's elementary. Shinsuke Nakamura with the Kinshasa. Shuts Cena's lights out. Knocks him unconscious. And picks up a huge win over the veteran. And Shinsuke Nakamura, like a freight train, he continues to push forward, unstoppable. Brock Lesnar couldn't beat him. The Ascension could not beat him. And Roman Reigns could not beat him. And now John Cena cannot defeat the King of Strong Style. At this point, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, I'd imagine they kept a very close eye on this matchup, because whoever wins that WWE title match later on tonight, you have to imagine that Shinsuke Nakamura is right behind him in their rear view mirror. Take a look at this. Kinshasa, massive knee. And no one has managed to kick out of that. I mean, when Shinsuke is coming at you full throttle, there's no kicking out of that Kinshasa. Another massive victory for Nakamura. And like I said, we could be looking at the next #1 contender for the WWE Championship right here. It's hard to deny it. Earlier this week, Triple H announced that Main Event will be shutting down in 2 weeks' time. To send the show off in style, we will once again host the extended special episode, Mega Main Event. Triple H already announced that Curtis Axel will conclude the night in a match with the fate of the Outcast hanging in the balance. But in a bit of breaking news, I can also confirm that Alexa Bliss has been granted a rematch against Natalya. There will be more information regarding this development in the near future, but for now, we head back to ringside. Never before has the Intercontinental Championship been defended inside Satan's structure. Until tonight, that is. These 3 warriors will step into the ring, step inside the Hell in the Cell in a triple threat match, all for the sake of that Intercontinental Championship that Cody Rhodes possesses. This is the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. And of course, all 3 men who enter this matchup are or have been the Intercontinental Champion in the past. You've got, of course, the current champion Cody Rhodes, who won the title at WrestleMania in a 6-man ladder match. You have Chris Jericho, the former champion, who won the championship in a no-holds-barred match back in January from this man, Austin Aries, who was then posing as Stardust. And Austin Aries was, of course, the man who won the Intercontinental Championship back at Survivor Series under the alias of Stardust. Back when we thought that Cody Rhodes was still Stardust before this whole plan unraveled. Because it was Austin Aries who, on the night of the Survivor Series, rather, it was Austin Aries who attacked Cody Rhodes in the parking lot and stole his place in that Intercontinental Championship match, dressing up as Stardust, posing as Cody Rhodes as this alternate persona. And that was how Austin Aries got his foot in the door, how he became the Intercontinental Champion. But in that time, he has had a long-standing rivalry with Chris Jericho. And that's the thing, Chris Jericho is sort of caught in the middle of all of this. You have Aries, who stole Cody Rhodes' identity, put him on the shelf. Then you have Chris Jericho, the man who just wanted the Intercontinental Championship. He was the man who went up against Stardust, failed to capture the title at Fastlane due to the match ending in a double countout, but the man who finally did take the championship away from Stardust back in January. But then it was at the Royal Rumble when Cody Rhodes returned, revealing to the world that Stardust, at least the current Stardust, was not him. And that was when, eventually, after a month of jerking Cody Rhodes around, Austin Aries finally revealed himself. And then you have, that's the thing, Chris Jericho, he might be caught in the middle of all of this, but that's not to say that he's innocent in this situation. Chris Jericho, he just served to get on Cody Rhodes' case even more. Jericho complaining that this whole storyline between, this whole development between Aries and Rhodes, this whole who is Stardust, who isn't, it really just obstructed the Intercontinental Championship. The championship came second, and this was, of course, at the time when Chris Jericho was the champion. He felt as though these two men were just trying to take the spotlight away from him. He thought at first that Cody Rhodes was making the whole thing up, that Cody Rhodes was both Cody Rhodes and Stardust, and that he was doing it all just for attention, just to keep himself relevant, to take the spotlight away from Jericho. So what did Jericho do? He posed as Stardust just to get inside Cody Rhodes' head. And that's really all Jericho has been doing, is just adding fuel to this fire. Rhodes and Aries, they don't like each other, but Chris Jericho, he hates both of these men, and he just wants to see them tear each other apart. And that really has been Chris Jericho's role in this situation, is just make everything 10 times worse. And that has led us to tonight, this Hell in the Cell match, where the first time ever, the Intercontinental title will be defended inside it. There you see the championship, the new retro championship that Cody Rhodes, well, brought back on Main Event just a couple of weeks ago. The very championship that Rhodes was pursuing in the first place. And look at this, Chris Jericho ducks outside of the ring and tells these two men, well, go for it. Tear each other apart. Cody Rhodes didn't seem up to it, but Austin Aries is going to jump Cody Rhodes from behind. And this triple threat match is underway. Aries and Rhodes starting it out. Chris Jericho, it seems for the moment, just content to watch how things play out on the outside. But of course, this is a Hell in the Cell, so you can bet your bottom dollar that cell is going to play a role in this matchup. I mean, this match could shorten careers. As there you see, there's a DDT delivered to Austin Aries, but Chris Jericho ducks into the ring, and he drops Cody Rhodes with a back suplex. As the Ayatollah of Rock and Roll goes to work on the leg of the Intercontinental Champion. And look at this, Austin Aries jumping into the fray as well. These two men are working together. I don't know how long that's going to last, but they are working together to take down the common enemy that is Cody Rhodes. These two men, they want their Intercontinental Championship back, as they've got Cody Rhodes looking for a double suplex. Oh, but look at this, Austin Aries. Austin Aries jumping right after Chris Jericho, looking to catch him off guard with a crucifix. 1, 2. No, a kick out by Jericho. And Jericho immediately rolls outside of the ring. Austin Aries already with the near fall. And that's the thing. Alliances, you might form these short-term alliances, but they will not last. As Cody Rhodes now strikes back, Austin Aries had the advantage for a moment, but Cody Rhodes comes back at him with a clothesline. Aries over the top, but now Jericho from behind. You have to have your head on a swivel. You got to have eyes in the back of your head in a matchup like this. As Rhodes dropped in the ring, and now Chris Jericho looking to utilize the cell. For the first time in this matchup, a superstar whipped straight into that Hell in the Cell. And now Chris Jericho looking to go to work on Austin Aries on the outside, sending him into the Hell in the Cell again. When it comes to this type of matchup, the Hell in the Cell, well, like I said, it will shorten careers. And if there's anybody who has history with this style of a match, the Hell in the Cell, the Elimination Chamber, you name it, anything that has over a mile of chain, a mile of steel, you being trapped like an animal, Chris Jericho has experience in those kinds of matchups. More so than Austin Aries or Cody Rhodes. But look at this, Aries was a bit distracted by Chris Jericho, wasn't sure who he was going after, and Cody Rhodes is going to make him pay for it. Cody Rhodes with the DDT off that top rope. 1, 2, no, a kick out by Aries. As Chris Jericho down on the outside, Cody Rhodes looking to use this opportunity to try to put Austin Aries away, but I thought I saw some movement out there by Chris Jericho. As Cody Rhodes, meanwhile, up to the top rope, looking for a moonsault, and Jericho is back to his feet, and Chris Jericho gets the jump on Cody Rhodes yet again. That's the problem with a triple threat like this. You could have the advantage one moment, and then the next thing you know, you're getting hit from behind. And that's the thing. Chris Jericho, his strategy could be just wait for the opportune moment to just jump one of these guys from behind, let them do all the dirty work, and then just pick up the pinfall. Claim the spoils of war. As Austin Aries whipped straight into Cody Rhodes. Chris Jericho using Aries like a weapon. And now look at Jericho. Look at the disrespect on the part of Chris Jericho. As Jericho now looking to toss Cody Rhodes over the top rope. Aries rolls to the outside. And it looks like Chris Jericho has set his sights on Austin Aries yet again. And again, out by this Hell in the Cell as again Aries whipped straight into the cell. This structure has not been kind to Austin Aries so far in this matchup. Chris Jericho has been the man to put it to the best use so far. It seems like Chris Jericho right now looking to divide and conquer as Aries whipped up against that cell with a vicious clothesline. Chris Jericho looking to get rid of Austin Aries and then set his sights on Cody Rhodes perhaps. As Jericho, I mean, he's full of himself like he always is. And at the moment, Chris Jericho, he has done, he has taken the strongest offensive in this matchup thus far. Perhaps Chris Jericho could be the man to walk out with the Intercontinental Championship, the title that he lost at WrestleMania. Although, to be fair, Jericho was not pinned. He did not tap out. He lost the title in a ladder match. So Chris Jericho really wasn't even involved in the decision. But oh my goodness, what a shot by Austin Aries, a vicious chop. Was that to the face, to the chest? I didn't quite see, but whatever it was devastating. You could hear it echo throughout the arena. As now Chris Jericho whipped off the ropes. Austin Aries with a full head of steam. The discus forearm hooks the leg on Chris Jericho. 1, 2, new Intercontinental. Kick out by Jericho. For a moment there, it looked like Austin Aries was going to have the Intercontinental Championship in his grasp. But Cody Rhodes is back to his feet now. Cody Rhodes looking to get the jump on Aries. But he crashes into the steel. And Austin Aries launching himself over the top rope, crashing into Cody Rhodes. And now Austin Aries goes to work on Rhodes. Jericho taken out of the equation. And we're back to square one, back to where we started. As Aries and Rhodes go at it. Austin Aries looking for a suplex on the outside on the concrete floor. But Rhodes not having any of it. And now Aries straight into the cell yet again. And here's Rhodes with a Michinoku driver. As the referee, there's nothing he can do in a matchup like this. No disqualification, no countouts. I mean, these superstars can do just about anything in that, inside the confines of that cell. As Cody Rhodes, a massive clothesline into the structure. And again, Rhodes gets him with another clothesline. And a vicious chop. There's another strike. Aries again, bouncing off the cell. As Cody Rhodes just dragging him around. Just trying to put him in position, is now back into the ring. Cody Rhodes looking for a springboard drop kick. And Cody Rhodes just leveled Aries with that one. Chris Jericho is down. Cody Rhodes looking for a suplex. No, countered. Aries got the knee to the face. And a snapmare. Taking down Cody Rhodes with an elbow to the back of the skull. And now Austin Aries to the corner. Austin Aries is loading something up here. Cody Rhodes, look out. Aries nearly beheaded him with that clothesline. But is that going to be enough for him to pick up the win? I mean, Aries knows that it's not going to be. As he drags him over to the corner. Austin Aries to the top rope. He could be looking for a 450 splash. No! Cody Rhodes able to get out of the way. Austin Aries crashed and burned. As Rhodes picks him to his feet. He's got Austin Aries. Crossroads! Rhodes hits it, the crossroads. If he hooks the leg, he's got this in the bag. 1, 2, 3. No, Chris Jericho just makes it in for the save at the last possible second. How close were we to Cody Rhodes retaining his Intercontinental Championship here tonight? As Chris Jericho tosses Aries over the top to the outside. Cody Rhodes looking for the crossroads. Looking for the crossroads on Jericho. But Chris Jericho countered into a vertical suplex. Cody Rhodes he nearly had Aries there, but Then again, it's a triple threat, so nothing is for sure until you... I mean, you have to make sure that your opponents are... Essentially, you have to make sure that they are incapable of moving if you want to even hope to go for a pinfall. As now Jericho goes for the pin on Cody Rhodes off that suplex, but yeah, there's no way that's going to get the 3 count. Not with an arrogant pinfall like that. But how humiliating would that be for Cody Rhodes to, after just winning the title at WrestleMania, to come up short here tonight at Extreme Rules? I mean, Cody Rhodes only holding that title for about a month, and then to lose it in your first defense would be humiliating for the grandson of a plumber, for the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But for Chris Jericho just wants that title back. That title means everything to him. And he just wants to put Cody Rhodes and Austin Aries out of their misery. He wants to just end their existence in this company once and for all. To just get them out of his hair so he can go back to being the Intercontinental Champion that he should have been. As Cody Rhodes taken down with a powerbomb, Jericho bridging for the pin. 1. Does he have him 2? Does he have him 3? No! Chris Jericho with the near fall this time. As Jericho looking to go to the... No, wait, but there's Austin Aries. Aries back to his feet. And just dropping Jericho onto that apron, then sending him crashing into the Hell in the Cell yet again. As there's a boot to the back by Aries. And now Aries is measuring Chris Jericho. Jericho on wobbly legs, just stumbling to his feet. As Aries lights him up with these chops, bouncing him off the cell. And again, a kick, and again off the cell goes Jericho. Another knife edge chop, a boot to the midsection. As Austin Aries lighting him up. Oh, wait a minute. Austin Aries, he's got Jericho up there. For the brain buster on the concrete floor. Jericho is out. He is out like a light. He might be out of this matchup. As Austin Aries jumps into the ring, but Cody Rhodes is there. Cody Rhodes has him. Cody Rhodes. Dark Matter. Has Cody Rhodes retained the title here? 1, 2, 3. Oh my. No, Aries just able to survive. But now is the time to strike. Jericho is down off that brain buster. He might have a concussion. Now is the time to capitalize, to put your opponent away. And Austin Aries with a sense of urgency. He's got Rhodes rolled up here. 2. Oh, but Rhodes reverses the pressure. Rhodes has got him. Rhodes has got him. No. A kick out yet again by Austin Aries. Rhodes was looking for a strike, but Aries able to strike back. And now Austin Aries has got Cody Rhodes with a DDT. A vicious strike there by Aries. He's got Cody Rhodes dazed and confused. As now Cody Rhodes whipped off the ropes. Here's Austin Aries with another discus forearm. And he's going to hook the leg on Rhodes. 1. He might have him 2. He might have the No. Aries so close to taking back his Intercontinental title. But it was to no effect. Cody Rhodes is still in this matchup. As Aries, a shot to the top of the head. And Cody Rhodes whipped into the turnbuckle. Austin Aries, no 8 counter by Rhodes, but Aries springs back into action and delivers with a reverse elbow. As Rhodes crumbles into the corner, and Austin Aries measuring him for a leg drop guillotine, a slingshot at that. And Rhodes is in trouble. There's a Tope Atomico by Austin Aries. What a combination by Aries as he goes for the pin. 2, but no. Rhodes wasn't able to power out of that one, just barely getting the shoulder off the canvas. Aries, he's got to keep his cool, though. If he keeps his cool, I mean, he's got Rhodes. He's got Rhodes on the back foot. But Austin Aries, you can see the frustration is getting to him as he delivers a couple of vicious elbow drops. No, wait, counter by Rhodes. Rhodes able to block it, and look at this. Cody Rhodes with a bionic elbow. Shades of his old man, Dusty. As now, Cody Rhodes off the bionic elbow. He's got him for a full Nelson. Oh, and he turns it into... Was that like a face buster? Hook of the leg by Cody Rhodes. 1, 2... No. Cody Rhodes thought for sure he had him there for a 3 count. But Austin Aries just barely able to peel his shoulder off the canvas. But Aries, he's in a world of trouble right now as Cody Rhodes. From behind, there's a shot to the kidneys. Oh, look at this, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. He's got a crossface chicken wing. This is what Rhodes used to defeat Chris Jericho at King of the Ring. Rhodes has forced many a superstar to tap out to this in the past. Aries is caught. And there's no rope break in a Hell in the Cell match. Oh, but Austin Aries, out of desperation, a stomp to the foot, an elbow to the side of the skull, and just clapped him straight across the ears. Oh my God! The last chancery! Austin Aries bridges through with the last chancery. Cody Rhodes! Cody Rhodes has tapped out to this in the past. Is he gonna tap out again? Is Aries gonna win back the Intercontinental title? Cody Rhodes is in a world of trouble right now. He's up a creek without a paddle. But Cody Rhodes just able to break the grip and nearly tried to punch Austin Aries' lights out there. And somehow, miraculously, Cody Rhodes is still alive in this matchup and going back on the attack as he's got him from the top rope with Diamond Dust. But Cody Rhodes is not done there. He's going to the top rope, but Austin Aries with everything he's got left in him, trying to escape. Able to duck out of harm's way. Cody Rhodes looking for the crossroads, but he's not going to get it. Austin Aries countered the crossroads and took Cody down with the suplex. As now here comes Austin Aries. He's got Cody Rhodes up on his shoulders for a fireman's carry cutter. Beautiful move there by Aries, but Rhodes trying to get back to his feet, trying to avoid a pinfall at all costs. As Rhodes caught up there. Wait a minute, counter crossroads! Cody Rhodes got him with the crossroads out of nowhere. And Rhodes hooks the leg on Aries. 1, 2, 3, no! You've got to be kidding me. Cody Rhodes delivers a second crossroads to Austin Aries. But with no Chris Jericho to save him, somehow Austin Aries was able to survive it. But with how much he's got left, I'm not sure. That might have been his last gasp. As Rhodes takes him down with a reverse DDT, and now look at this springboard moonsault. Beautiful athleticism by Cody Rhodes, and again, Cody Rhodes keeping up the pressure on Aries. As Aries trying to get back to his feet, showing the heart of a warrior right now. But Cody Rhodes, he wants this to be the end. He wants to finally close this chapter of his career. And he's looking to put Austin Aries to bed right here and right now, up on that top rope, thinking superplex. But Austin Aries says no. Austin Aries able to shove him down. And now Austin Aries looking to fly high, take a risk from the top rope. Elbow, no! He went for the elbow drop, and Cody Rhodes just narrowly able to dodge it. And now has Austin Aries with a straightjacket DDT. Cody Rhodes, I'm not sure if he did that, if he even knew what he was doing dodging that elbow drop. But he's got Aries in a bad way. Look at this. Cody Rhodes has got him. He's got the crossface chicken wing yet again. This time he's got the body scissors locked in. Austin Aries, nowhere to go. Chris Jericho is down. Aries taps. Aries taps. Cody Rhodes retains the Intercontinental Championship here tonight at Extreme Rules inside the Hell in the Cell. And we can finally close the book on this intense, brutal, heavily personal rivalry. Cody Rhodes, Austin Aries, and Chris Jericho. It's finally over. And Cody Rhodes once again stands tall. He overcame the odds. He walked into hell, and he walked back out of it with the Intercontinental Championship still in his possession. And I mean, Cody Rhodes, he had to fight like hell to do it, to finally capture the Intercontinental title, and to keep it. Cody Rhodes had to risk it all to risk his career, but he finally has conquered his inner demons, has finally conquered Austin Aries. He's finally conquered Chris Jericho. And perhaps now, finally, Cody Rhodes can put this era behind him, can put this journey, this story of hardship, of injury, of suffering. He can put it all behind him. And as for Austin Aries and Chris Jericho, well, where do they go from here? You know, for how long that these three men have been at each other's throats over this Intercontinental Championship, as long as Rhodes holds that title, I wouldn't expect to see Aries or Jericho get another shot at it. The question is, are they even interested in the title anymore? I mean, these three men, really, ever since Survivor Series, it has been these three going after each other over and over and over again. But it's finally over. So the question is, where do these three men go from here? And who's going to be the next man to step up for that Intercontinental Championship? Cody Rhodes, this journey might be over. This rivalry may have finally come to an end. But this is only the beginning for Cody Rhodes. This is only the beginning of what could be a very historic championship reign. But for now, Rhodes should just take the time to smell the roses.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Tyler Breeze's gorgeous Open Invitational. And there you see the man himself making his way to the ring. This is Prince Pretty, the gorgeous one. It is Tyler Breeze. Of course, Tyler Breeze, he hosted one of these gorgeous Open Invitationals just a few weeks ago on Main Event, and that invitational was answered by TJ Perkins, who made his Universe Mode debut, albeit in a losing effort. It was Tyler Breeze who came out on top on that night. But now, Tyler Breeze is here at Extreme Rules. But the question is he going to have the same luck? He wasn't prepared for TJ Perkins, but Breeze, he managed to get the win, nonetheless. But how long is Breeze going to be able to keep that up? The question is, I mean, he doesn't know who he's going to be facing, and he says that this invitational is open to anybody on the roster, but as TJ Perkins' arrival proves, truly anybody, anyone in the world can step up to challenge, to face off with the King of Cuteville. So the question is Tyler Breeze ready? He looks as arrogant as ever, he looks prepared, but looking the part and actually fulfilling it are two completely different things. However, Tyler Breeze, he has proven in the past that he can get the job done. However, his pay-per-view record, well, has a little bit to be desired. So who is going to answer the call? Oh, man. Which one is it? It's Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. Tommaso Ciampa is here in Uniondale, and he is answering Tyler Breeze's gorgeous Open Invitational. What an arrival, what an appearance this is. The Psycho Killer is here at Extreme Rules. And Tyler Breeze, well, Tyler Breeze, he doesn't like physical matchups. He doesn't like to have his supermodel good looks damaged, but if he's going up against a guy like Tommaso Ciampa, that may be inevitable. Tyler Breeze versus Tommaso Ciampa as part of the gorgeous Open Invitational. And it's about to go down right now. Tommaso Ciampa preparing himself. And look at this! Tommaso Ciampa straight out of the gate. Just tried to crush the life out of Tyler Breeze with that big boot. And there you see Tommaso Ciampa just laying into him with these vicious strikes. This is the physical style of offense, the aggressiveness of Tommaso Ciampa. As Tyler Breeze whipped into the corner and straight out of the gate, Breeze is on the back foot. As Tommaso Ciampa now, dropkick in the corner. And you can see Tommaso Ciampa is fired up straight out of the gate. He has gained a firm upper hand in this matchup. But Tyler Breeze looking to strike back, looking to take the offensive for his own. But Tommaso Ciampa powers back. Now drives the knee into the midsection. And Tommaso Ciampa with a couple of rights and lefts. And a discus clothesline drops Tyler Breeze. I can't believe it. Tommaso Ciampa. First it was TJ Perkins, now Tommaso Ciampa. And, well, wait a minute. There's a counter by Tyler Breeze. I was going to say, I was starting to feel a little uncertain as to whether or not Tyler Breeze was going to be able to go back on the attack in this matchup, but he did just that.
I mean, Breeze, like I said, he might have been able to survive TJ Perkins, might have been able to overcome his technical prowess, but is he going to be able to overcome the Smash Mouth style that Tommaso Ciampa possesses? Well, right now, Tyler Breeze, you can see just wrenching on the head and neck of Ciampa. No love lost between these two competitors as Tyler Breeze goes for the pin, but Ciampa immediately powers out before a count of one, but Tyler Breeze is not too happy with that. Delivering a vicious dropkick straight to Tommaso Ciampa's face. Tyler Breeze, he might not like getting punched in the face, but he's more than happy to punch his opponents in the face. He doesn't care about their appearances. As far as Tyler Breeze is concerned, he thinks that all of his opponents could use a bit of facial reconstruction. And that's just what he is giving Tommaso Ciampa right now. And of course, the arrogance of Tyler Breeze on full display right now as he just, reclines in the corner, just taking a moment to smell the roses, but I don't think that's a great idea when you're going up against Tommaso Ciampa. As Breeze now goes for the pin yet again, off the back suplex, but Ciampa is able to kick out yet again. Tyler Breeze cannot give his opponents an opening like he was doing there a moment ago. And Ciampa now the counter, European uppercut. A vicious assault by Tommaso Ciampa. Tyler Breeze, he's just not going to be able to answer this brute force. As Ciampa once again drags Breeze to his feet. Into the corner he goes, and a massive knee to the midsection. And now Ciampa gonna hang Breeze upside down in the Tree of Woe. This is bad news for Prince Pretty, as a vicious dropkick again straight to the face of Tyler Breeze. And look at Tommaso Ciampa rolls through. And he's looking for an air raid crash neckbreaker. Picture perfect execution. 1, 2, no. So close, but no cigar for Ciampa as Breeze manages to kick out. But Tommaso Ciampa really bringing the fight to Tyler Breeze here. And that is the danger of an open invitational like this. You never know who you're going to get. You never know who is going to step up to the plate. As Ciampa right now looking for a back suplex off the top rope, but Breeze countered it. Breeze able to counter it. And he crashes down on Tommaso Ciampa. Here comes Tyler Breeze now. Tyler Breeze, look at the athleticism on display by Breeze. As he applies a single leg Boston Crab. Tommaso Ciampa's close to those ropes. But the way that Breeze has got this locked in, Tommaso Ciampa just can't quite reach him. So instead, he's just going to power out of it himself. No rope break necessary. As Ciampa now, he's got Breeze up on his shoulders, could be looking. Massive move there by Tommaso Ciampa, driving Breeze straight onto the back of his head, the back of his neck. As now Ciampa just measuring his man, measuring Tyler Breeze. As Ciampa trying to rally the crowd. As here comes Ciampa with a couple of clotheslines off the ropes. Massive calf kick. And Tommaso Ciampa is heating up. Tyler Breeze, he's in trouble. Wait a minute, counter. Breeze able to counter it now, boot to the midsection. Here comes Tyler Breeze with a straight jacket backstabber. Big move there by Tyler Breeze. Is it enough to get him the win? 2. No! Another kick out by Ciampa. As Breeze digging deep into his bag of tricks. But Tommaso Ciampa refuses to quit. It's going to take more than a little backstabber to put him down for the count. As now Tyler Breeze has got him for a rolling neck breaker. But I don't think that's going to be Breeze's ultimate trump card. If he wants to put Ciampa away, he's going to need to tap into something more devastating. Tap into that mean streak of his. As Ciampa able to skin the cap, but no! Tyler Breeze with a triangle drop kick. Ciampa crashes to the outside. And now here comes Tyler Breeze to the outside. And this is where things get dangerous. These two men, the referee begins the count
As Tyler Breeze looking to drag Ciampa over to that corner, or over to that barricade, and just launches him straight into it, and now into the steel steps as well. Tyler Breeze showing no mercy. He is relentless in this matchup tonight, as you have to be in a matchup with Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. Oh, it's now Ciampa giving Breeze a taste of his own medicine, launching him into those steel steps. And Ciampa looks to bring things back into the ring. He does not want to take a victory by countout here. If he's going to beat Breeze, he's going to pin him in the center of the ring or make him submit there. As here comes Ciampa with a missile dropkick. A high-risk move by Tommaso Ciampa, but it pays off as now Ciampa with a submission hold. He's got the Texas Cloverleaf. And Breeze close to those ropes, but he can't quite reach out and grab him. Ciampa's got it locked in too deep. Breeze trying to crawl to the ropes. But is he gonna make it there? He's gotta... Wait a minute, Ciampa broke the hold. Ciampa was aware of Breeze's positioning and he broke the hold. As now Ciampa turning it into an abdominal stretch here. And that is a smart move by Ciampa. He saw Breeze was approaching the ropes. So what did he do? He broke the hold and transitioned into something else. Continuing to work away on the abdominal region of Tyler Breeze, but Breeze able to counter it. And he drops Ciampa with a hip toss. As now Tyler Breeze measuring his man. Could be thinking beauty shot, but he didn't get it. Ciampa able to dodge it. And he connected with a knee to the side of the skull. Maybe to the back of the head. Might not have connected flush, but it might have done the damage as Tommaso Ciampa bridges through with this modified Fujiwara armbar. And Tyler Breeze is in trouble. He can't get to the ropes. Ciampa's got him. He's got him blocked off. Is Breeze gonna tap? Is Ciampa gonna make Prince Pretty submit? Breeze is fighting. He's clawing, trying to escape, trying to withstand the pain here, the punishment. Wait a minute, Breeze able to counter it. Breeze able to escape the armbar. As now Tyler Breeze floats over for a DD. No, countered. Ciampa able to counter. As Breeze, he might have managed to outlast the bridging Fujiwara armbar, but I don't know if he's going to be able to outlast what Tommaso Ciampa's cooking here. Could be looking for a... No, wait. Breeze able to counter it. Ciampa was looking for some kind of powerbomb. Breeze countered, and now Tyler Breeze has got him for the Unprettier. Tyler Breeze hooks the leg on Ciampa. 1, 2, 3, and Tyler Breeze survives yet another gorgeous open invitational. This time, picking up the win over the wily Tommaso Ciampa. You know, there were several moments in that matchup where it looked like Tyler Breeze, was dead to rights. But the gorgeous one managed to survive. He managed to dig down deep. And he managed to come out on top with the win over the Psycho Killer. But what a performance by Tommaso Ciampa. Who knows what the future holds for him? I mean, we haven't seen TJ Perkins since his open invitational with Tyler Breeze. Perhaps it will be a little while until we next see Tommaso Ciampa. But when he does return, whenever that will be, you have to admit that he has kicked the door down and made quite a first impression here on the main roster. As there you see it, the Unprettier would finally put the final nail in Tommaso Ciampa's coffin. And of course, ever as arrogant as ever, the King of Cuteville reigns supreme yet again in another gorgeous open invitational. And Breeze finally snaps his pay-per-view losing streak, which I'm sure he's more than happy about. Are you ready for some tag team action? Because that is on tap for you next. But it's not just any tag team matchup. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match. And making their way to the ring, this is Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy. Of course, they will be taking on the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder in this matchup. And we're talking about rivalries that are coming to an end here tonight. You saw the Hell in the Cell match earlier, closing the book on Chris Jericho, Austin Aries, and Cody Rhodes' feud. Well, perhaps another one could be wrapped up here tonight between these two up-and-coming tag teams. Of course, both of these teams, the Revival and Blake and Murphy, a part of Team Rollins, but it was Blake and Murphy who were cast aside by Seth Rollins after they failed to capture the tag team titles at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Although they did have a bit of an assist from... That's the thing. The Revival have always been undercutting Blake and Murphy's work. Ever since they arrived on the scene back in January, Seth Rollins, he had been using the Revival to I guess, help Blake and Murphy, but it really just seemed to undercut their work, make them seem like less of a formidable threat. And eventually, Seth Rollins, he had enough with Blake and Murphy. Or rather, well, it seemed as though Blake and Murphy were headed in that direction, that Rollins was done with them, but it was Blake and Murphy who left on their own terms. They were tired of being bossed around by Seth Rollins, and that was ultimately the straw that broke the camel's back. That's when Seth Rollins sicked the Revival on them like a pack of rabid dogs. And it was at Roadblock that these two teams faced off for the first time, and it was the Revival on that night who took down Blake and Murphy. Then it was at WrestleMania that the Revival gave Seth Rollins an assist in the 60-minute Iron Man match he had against Dean Ambrose. But before they could deal out too much damage, Blake and Murphy came down to the ring and gave them a bit of an escort back to the locker room. And now it all comes to a head. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy versus Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. And it's underway as Dawson whips Blake into the corner and just lights him up with a couple of strikes, but Blake able to counter with a boot to the face. Now he's got him with a schoolboy. Shoulders are down. Could we have the first fall right here? 1, 2, no. Dawson able to kick out. Now bridging into a pin. 1. Just a 1 count. As now Scott Dawson boot to the midsection of Wesley Blake. And he's got him hooked for a hammerlock Northern Lights suplex. 1. Does he have him? No, not even a 2. As you have to imagine, this one is as bitter as it gets. As there you can see, look at this. A smart strategy by Dawson going to work on the leg of Wesley Blake. We saw the Revival use the same strategy at Roadblock, targeting the leg of Wesley Blake. But you can see Blake desperately trying to fight out of that potential predicament. We don't want to see a repeat of Roadblock. As Blake looking to toss Dawson into the corner, perhaps make the tag to Buddy Murphy. And that's just what he does. Snapmare takedown. Buddy Murphy with a full of steam. Meteora delivered. The shoulders, or the knees, straight to the shoulders. And he goes for the pin on Scott Dawson. 1, 2, but a kick out by Dawson. And it's all about endurance in a matchup like this. 2 out of 3 falls. You almost have to wonder, ultimately, the matchup could be decided by whoever gets this first fall, because then, well, if you lose the first fall, then you're backed into a corner. You have got to overcome the next 2. You have to win the next 2 falls. Whereas if you do get that first pinfall in the matchup, then you do have a bit more breathing room. You can afford to lose a fall without losing the match. Whereas if you lose that first one, then you really are backed into a corner. You really are. I mean, you really do have to fight the ocean at that point.
As the snapmare taking down Buddy Murphy. Tag made to Dash Wilder. And a leg drop delivered straight across the throat of Buddy Murphy. As Wilder now goes for the pin on Murphy. 2. But this time it's a kick out by Murphy. As the last time we saw a 2 out of 3 falls match, this is the first time we've seen a 2 out of 3 falls tag team matchup in Universe mode. But the last time we saw it, a 2 out of 3 falls match, was back at SummerSlam when Titus O'Neil took on Darren Young. And of course that matchup came down to the 3rd fall. But it was Titus O'Neil who walked out the winner on that occasion. I guess the question now will be who is going to walk out on this night. Could we potentially see a 2-0 sweep? I'm sure that's what both of these teams are looking for, but right now, the Revival seem to be the closest to that point. But as I say that, Buddy Murphy able to counter as Scott Dawson, his arm just raked across the shoulder. As we saw the Revival going to work on the legs. Perhaps Blake and Murphy could be looking to go to work on the arms, as Buddy Murphy stomp delivered straight to the elbow of Scott Dawson. And now Dawson whipped into the corner. Murphy makes a tag to Blake. Snapmare, as you see Dash Wilder telling him not to do it. But there's nothing he can do. Oh, it's now Wesley Blake delivers a bit of a shot on Dash Wilder. We know that the Revival like to use their dirty tricks. They like to exploit the rules as much as possible. Wait a minute, Wesley Blake with a full head of steam shoulder driven straight into the midsection of Scott Dawson. As now Wesley Blake ascends to the top rope. Dash Wilder trying to cut him down, but he couldn't do it. And Wesley Blake delivers a massive leg drop to the outside. A massive risk taken there by Blake, but it just shows the desperation. The need to win quickly in a matchup like this. As Wesley Blake, no, unable to put Dawson away. But you can feel a sense of urgency here. This, like I said, this is a match of endurance, so you want to try to get that first fall as quickly as possible. As a tornado DDT delivered. Dash Wilder again distracting the referee, trying to play a role in this matchup. But as of this moment, Scott Dawson's in a bit of trouble. As Wesley Blake tosses him into the corner. No, counter by Dawson. Oh, and a massive clothesline to Blake. There's now a boot delivered to the midsection. And leg drop to follow it up. Scott Dawson. Nothing pretty about the Revival's offense. No flips, just fists. You saw it on their shirts. You see it on their trunks. But at the end of the day, the Revival, they don't need that kind of flashy offense. They get the job done with what they've got, the tools they have at their disposal. They'll wrestle their own style of match. And that's the thing. They don't want a fast-paced matchup here because that's going to play into the advantage of Blake and Murphy. The Revival, they want to keep it slow, keep it methodical, and keep Blake and Murphy on the ground. As another cover by Wilder, but another kick out by Blake. And of course, it's all part of tag team fundamentals. Isolate one half of the team, pick them apart, and just go from there. That's what they're trying to do right now, to keep Buddy Murphy out of this matchup. But Wesley Blake trying to do it on his own with a Tiger Bomb. 1, 2, no, a kick out by Wilder. But that has turned the tables. Wesley Blake is starting to fire up here. Dash Wilder whipped into the corner as a tag made to Buddy Murphy. And they're looking to fire up one of their signature moves. There it is, the wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow face breaker. And now Buddy Murphy into the pin on Dash Wilder. 2, 3, and there's the first fall. Blake and Murphy have got the advantage over the Revival, and that is critical to how the rest of this matchup will play out. Murphy and Blake, you have to think that going up against the Revival, a team that they have lost to before, they needed this first fall. If the Revival had gotten it, then you really have the doubts starting to creep in, because Blake and Murphy have not beaten the Revival before. But this fall here gives them a bit of confidence that all they need to do, I mean, they've shown right there that they can pin them, that now they just have to do it again. and they do have the upper hand. They have a 1-fall advantage over the Revival, which is critical in an endurance matchup like this, as there you see Buddy Murphy delivering that face breaker as a tag made there. Wait a minute, Scott Dawson! Well, as I was saying, a tag was made between Blake and Murphy, but Scott Dawson utilizing, well, taking advantage of the distraction, just ripping Buddy Murphy off the ropes from behind. And now Scott Dawson just unleashing a fury, a barrage of strikes on Buddy Murphy here. Perhaps this was a mistake. The tag was made. And it seems as though the Revival took advantage of that distraction to now divide and conquer. As you see Dash Wilder going back to the leg, going back to that leg of Wesley Blake. As just wrapping it all up here is Dash Wilder just wrenching on that left leg of Wesley Blake. Meanwhile, Scott Dawson driving Buddy Murphy into the barricade. As Buddy Murphy was blindsided, Wesley Blake was blindsided, and this is the type of match that the Revival like. This is their style of match. Very physical, and it really just all plays into tag team fundamentals. Just divide and conquer. Buddy Murphy is down on the outside. Wesley Blake, he's all by himself in that ring. As now Wilder applies the stretch here. Going to work on the leg, but also ripping, clawing at that face, at the torso, just dishing out as much damage as possible onto Wesley Blake. And things are not looking good for Blake and Murphy. How quickly the Revival have turned the tables. As Blake whipped into the corner. And now it's 2-on-1. Now it's Dash and Dawson versus Wesley Blake. Buddy Murphy has been completely incapacitated. As now Scott Dawson with a kick straight to the knee of Wesley Blake. And that left leg all wrapped up. As now you see Dawson just going to work, just like a rabid animal, like a hyena, just tearing it apart. And now he's got the submission hold applied. We saw Dawson use this at Roadblock. Blake was able to survive it then. Can he survive it now? No, he can't. Too much damage has been done to that left leg. And just like that, as quickly as Blake and Murphy gain the advantage, the Revival even the score. They tie it back up. As you see here, this was the turning point. Scott Dawson taking Buddy Murphy off the ropes. And then Dash Wilder used the distraction to just blow out Wesley Blake's left leg. And of course, that ultimately set up this submission hold, the inverted figure 4. And there was nothing Wesley Blake could do at that point. Buddy Murphy nowhere to make the save. And Wesley Blake had no choice but to tap out. And this is what we're dealing with right now, folks. We're back to square one. It's tied at 1 fall apiece. The question is, who can score the last one? Who is going to win this 2 out of 3 falls matchup? The referee going outside of the ring. I thought he was going to check on Wesley Blake, but I don't know what he's doing. As the Revival are looking ready. Now the referee going out to check on Blake and Murphy. But Scott Dawson not even giving Blake a chance to recover, just dragging him back to the corner. As Dash Wilder delivers a kick to the leg. This third fall is underway, and straight out of the gate, Blake and Murphy, they are in a world of trouble. They had the advantage for a moment, but almost immediately the Revival turned the tables and now put them at a disadvantage. How quickly the momentum has shifted. As that's the Revival for you. That is how dangerous this team can be. They are one of the best in this division. They call themselves the top guys. Well, they're proving it right now. Coming back from a 1 fall deficit. If they could manage to win this matchup in spite of that, I think there's no denying that this tag team, well, even as of now, I'm saying that there's no denying that they are future tag team champions. But perhaps we could be looking at the makings of one of the greatest tag teams of all time, dare I say it. Seth Rollins, he certainly has a pair of capable henchmen at his disposal. Look at this, double backbreaker. And you never know, perhaps in Seth Rollins' mind, you have to think that he believes he is traded up. That he's gotten rid of Blake and Murphy, and he's gotten something better in the Revival. As Scott Dawson off the middle rope, fist drop straight to the face. As Buddy Murphy back on the apron now, but there's the cover by Scott Dawson, but Buddy Murphy able to make the save, break the pin. But there's really not much that Murphy can do right now. It all comes down to Wesley Blake. Can he survive this onslaught? As Dawson's got a sleeper hold. A sleeper hold applied on Wesley Blake, just trying to wear him out, perhaps try to make him pass out, even tap out. Is it going to happen right here? Is this going to be what does Blake and Murphy in? No, wait a minute. Wesley Blake able to reverse. He got him with the jawbreaker. Dawson is staggered. He's dazed. But Blake's slow to get to his feet. And Scott Dawson now. No, wait, counter. A back body drop by Wesley Blake. And he's got the opening. Can he make the tag? Yes, he does. Buddy Murphy has been brought into this matchup. And like a ball of fire, Buddy Murphy takes out Dash Wilder. And now delivers a kick straight to the spine of Scott Dawson. And now the pace begins to pick up. Buddy Murphy taking control of this matchup, making it his style match. As Buddy Murphy looking to ascend to the top rope. Scott Dawson doesn't know where he is. As there's Dash Wilder up on the apron. But there's nothing he can do as Buddy Murphy delivers the knees to the shoulders. And now Murphy into the pin. 1. Does he have him 2? Does he have him 3? No! Dawson just manages to survive. You can see the look of frustration on the face of Wesley Blake. This war exhausting for both tag teams. But this is where things begin. This third fall is where it all goes down. As you see, Buddy Murphy is feeling it, trying to rally the crowd. As Murphy picks him to his feet, but no! Scott Dawson swept out the leg. And now, leg drop delivered to Murphy. And just like that, the Revival have got the advantage once again. Buddy Murphy whipped into the corner. Scott Dawson looking at him. No, countered! Murphy got the boot up and delivers a punch to Dash Wilder. Making sure that Dash Wilder can't play a factor in this. Can't provide any distractions, any shenanigans. As there's a boot to the leg now. Scott Dawson's in trouble! A massive kick to the sternum by Buddy Murphy. Wilder is down. Dawson is out on his feet. As Murphy tosses him into the corner, looking to make the tag to Wesley Blake. And they're looking to fire up the combination brainbuster. And a frog splash. And Scott Dawson, he is out like a light, folks. Hook of the leg by Wesley Blake. 1, Dash Wilder there. Dash Wilder's not gonna make it. And this match is over. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy, they get their ultimate vengeance. They score the win in this 2 out of 3 falls match over the Revival. And what a match. It wasn't for very long that Blake and Murphy had the advantage, and it looked as though the Revival were gonna walk out of this match with yet another win. But Blake and Murphy managed the comeback. Buddy Murphy, he put on the rally, and this was what did it in, folks. Murphy's Law delivered, and followed with this picture-perfect frog splash by Wesley Blake. And it's all over, folks. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy have just defeated the Revival. So what does the future hold for these two teams? What does the future hold for Blake and Murphy? Could we be looking at the next #1 contenders for the tag team titles? Perhaps. But only the future will tell us that. If you want to see what the future has to offer, this is the match for you. This one is for the United States Championship, and this is your challenger. The underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn tonight is going to be going face-to-face, man-to-man, with the man that gravity forgot, Adrian Neville. And like I'm saying, this matchup is, in my opinion, a showcase of 2 future world champions. You've got Sami Zayn, who albeit, yes, his pay-per-view record has been, it's been a mixed bag. He's got some wins here, some losses there, and ultimately, on the big stage, on the grand stage, Sami Zayn, he does tend to come up short in these tough situations. But you cannot deny that Sami Zayn, despite that, he's always there. He's always in the mix. Sami Zayn, he doesn't go away. He's not a quitter. He's a fighter. And perhaps this could be the moment where Sami Zayn, all of his hard work finally pays off in the form of a title reign. That being the United States Championship. But you want to talk about a man who has lost it all before, only to come back and rise to the top? You're looking at him. This is a man who, at one point, was put on the shelf by Kevin Owens back at the Royal Rumble. And after that, well, we hadn't seen Adrian Neville until he was drafted to Raw via the WWE draft. And on his very first night on the red brand, he answered Curtis Axel's United States Championship Open Challenge, and he walked out with the gold. And now, he is here in Uniondale with that championship around his waist, set to defend it for the very first time against Sami Zayn. And these two men, they are very familiar with each other. They know exactly what each other brings to the table. They're very good friends, but tonight it's not about friendship. It's about the United States Championship. It's about who can prove to the world that they belong here on Monday Night Raw. Sami Zayn looks fired up, ready to go. You can just see the look of intensity on his face. These two men, they might not be friends. Or, I mean, they might be friends, rather. But that doesn't mean that they're not willing to give it their all, to put everything that they've got on the line for the sake of that United States title. As you see, Adrian Neville proudly holds it in the air. But he's got to hand it over to the referee now, perhaps for the last time. As Curtis Axel's United States title reign, very short-lived. Could Adrian Neville suffer the same fate? Could Sami Zayn really shut down the title reign of Adrian Neville, put a stop to his freight train of momentum as of late, and take home the gold? We're about to find out as these two men square off with a collar and elbow tie-up. Sami Zayn does have the height advantage. Is that going to play a factor in this matchup? Sami Zayn, I don't know. When it comes down to power, I think these two men might be pretty well matched. Adrian Neville might be a high flyer, but you can't underestimate his strength either. As we've seen in the past, Adrian Neville not afraid to use some power offense, especially when he goes up against someone who is in the same weight class as him. Sami Zayn is the perfect opponent for Adrian Neville. That's the thing, these two men like to work a fast-paced style of offense. And if anything, I think that's only going to play into Adrian Neville's benefit. Because Adrian Neville, he can fly around that ring like no one else. I mean, they call him the man that gravity forgot. It sounds like a fancy nickname. But, I mean, Adrian Neville truly is, in my opinion, the greatest high flyer in that ring today. He can do things that no one else can. But we'll have to wait to get a showcase of some of that, as Sami Zayn's got control right now. If I were Sami Zayn, I would try to utilize my technical prowess. I would try to slow things down, keep Adrian Neville grounded on the mat. We saw Sami Zayn defeat Sheamus on the last episode of Raw to qualify for this matchup. And in that matchup, he was able to put Sheamus away with the Koji Clutch. And that might be Sami Zayn's ultimate trump card in this match. Adrian Neville, his submission game is not all that strong. At least it hasn't been in the past. Who knows exactly what kind of training Neville has done, you know, while he was recovering from injury, what kind of changes he has made to his arsenal. We really have only seen him compete once since returning from injury. And that matchup was impressive enough. But what's going to happen when Adrian Neville has to dig even deeper? As Sami Zayn goes for the pin, but Neville able to kick out. Before even a 2 count, I might add. As Zayn now ascending to the middle rope, and a senton delivered. Like I said, Sami Zayn, he's a high flyer as well. Not afraid to quicken the pace. But Neville able to block that suplex, delivering a knee to the skull. And now Adrian Neville with a snap suplex of his own. As now Sami Zayn is on the back foot. Adrian Neville, another snap suplex, this time bridging for the pin. He's got him one. He's got, no. Kick out before even a two. These two men not looking to show any signs of weakness. As Sami Zayn makes it to his feet, Adrian Neville to the middle rope, drop kick, and a kip up. That is the athleticism by Adrian Neville. It's scary what this man can pull off in that ring. And with such ease as well, he makes it look easy. As he now delivers a kick to the side of the skull, Sami Zayn rocked by that one. As Adrian Neville perhaps looking to do it again. This time with a kick to the back of the head, a shining wizard. As Sami Zayn, he's dazed and confused right now. You want to talk about that power I was talking about earlier? Adrian Neville with a deadlift German suplex from the mat. And that's something that I don't think Sami Zayn can compete with. I mean, when it comes to this weight class, wait a minute, hold on. Speaking of power, Sami Zayn delivers a brainbuster. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. As now, oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful moonsault. Like poetry in motion, Sami Zayn hooks the leg on Adrian Neville. 1, we could have a new champion. 2, and 3, no. Neville gets the shoulder up at the last second. Sami Zayn starting to get a bit frustrated here, but it's a little too early for Zayn to start losing his cool. Although when you are in a situation like Sami Zayn, where you have come up short in so many of these situations, the emotions are certainly going to be riding high. As off that exploder suplex into the corner, Sami Zayn with a full on his, no, counter. Adrian Neville able to counter it with a Japanese arm drag. As there's a boot to the midsection and a knife edge chop. And Adrian Neville looking to take Sami Zayn up to the top rope. Zayn is in no man's land. Look at Neville. Adrian Neville with the Frankensteiner. A vertical, I mean, just look at the vertical leaping ability on display by Adrian Neville. And now a shooting star press. Shooting star press, hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, no. I thought for sure Neville would have retained it there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's the Outcasts. We're in the middle of a match right now. I thought Curtis Axel, there's the former United States champion leading the pack. He didn't want to cash in his rematch clause, so why are the Outcasts out here? These three making a beeline for the ring. Wait a minute, Neville, look out behind you. Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger just blew out Neville's knee. The bell has been rung. This match has been thrown out. And this matchup, well, we were really only just getting started. But the Outcasts have come down to ringside, and they have just ruined what could have potentially been a classic. And now look at Jack Swagger with the Patriot Lock. Jack Swagger just tormenting Adrian Neville, trying to break his ankle. The United States champion, I mean, just look at the viciousness, the aggressiveness by Swagger. The torque on that ankle, but now Heath Slater going after Sami Zayn on the outside, just mocking him here. This is unbelievable. The Outcasts ruining a perfectly good matchup. And, well, Axel, he might not have wanted to cash in his rematch clause for the US title, but it seems as though the Outcasts are not done with that championship. They are not done with Adrian Neville. As Swagger refuses to let go of that Patriot Lock, Adrian Neville just, I mean, there's nothing he can do. The referee, I mean, he can try to pry Swagger off of him, but I mean, with somebody who possesses the strength of Jack Swagger, I don't, and especially with the aggressive, the mean streak that Swagger's been showing lately, I mean, the referee, I don't know if there's much the referee can even do. As now, these two men have spilled over into the ringside area. As Heath Slater drops Sami Zayn on the back of his head with a Saito suplex. And now Slater's got a steel chair. What is Slater gonna do with that chair? No, he changed his mind. Now he's got a trash can. Heath Slater's got a trash can in hand. Sami Zayn It's all he can do just to try to recover his wits. Look out. Oh, jeez. A shot with the trash can to the forehead of Sami Zayn. Neville dumped to the outside. And now look at Heath Slater. Look at Heath Slater. He's got Sami Zayn over by that table. Suplex through the table. It just exploded. Under the weight of Sami Zayn, he's out cold. The Outcasts have just ruined this matchup, and they have decimated the two participants. As Axel lays out Adrian Neville with Hell on Earth. And look at this. Well, is that a direct message or what? Jack Swagger hoisting the United States Championship up in the air. We know exactly what the Outcasts want, and they might get it. Business only continues to pick up here at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view as we now begin what is sure to be, pound for pound, the most physical, the most brutal match of the evening. I mean, perhaps besides the Hell in the Cell, but when it comes to two men who absolutely despise each other, not even really want to say two men, two beasts that are just, well, Rusev and Brock Lesnar in the same ring at the same time. If that doesn't already paint the picture of what this matchup is going to be, I don't know what will. You see it on Rusev's shirt. Suplex City. Rusev knows exactly where he's going. But he is walking in. He is looking to he's looking to enter Suplex City for sure. But he is looking to tear it down from the inside. Just look at the confidence on Rusev here. I mean, he knows exactly what he's in for. He knows exactly what he's going to get out of the Beast Incarnate tonight. But even knowing that, Rusev, he wanted this match with Brock Lesnar. And he got it. Now the question is, can Rusev deliver on that? Can Rusev overcome the Beast Incarnate? Or will Brock Lesnar take Rusev to Suplex City and destroy him in it? I guess we're gonna have to find out here. Rusev ready to go. He's got his game face on. He's even looking a little confident. But is that confidence gonna cost him? That's the question. As there you see, no Paul Heyman accompanying the Beast Incarnate tonight. Brock Lesnar out here by himself, and you have to think, in this kind of a matchup, no holds barred, really what good would Paul Heyman do? I mean, if anything, yeah, it is no disqualification. Heyman could provide a bit of interference. But if anything, Rusev could potentially just use Heyman against Lesnar. I mean, Heyman at ringside, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do to a super athlete like Rusev? I mean, if you can come up with a compelling answer, I'd love to hear it. But I think it's in Paul Heyman's best interest to watch this one from the comfort of the backstage area. Especially when you've got someone like Brock Lesnar who, at the moment, is just, well, he is unhinged. Perhaps more dangerous than he's ever been after losses to CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura. Brock Lesnar, he cannot afford a loss to Rusev tonight, and he is well aware of that. And Rusev, he might be looking impressive heading over to SmackDown, but he has come up with some big losses on pay-per-view as well. As look at this! Straight out of the gate, these two rush at each other. It's Lesnar who strikes first. As Rusev, I mean, it's just going to be back and forth in a matchup like this, as Lesnar's got him, but Rusev with some hard elbows to the side of the skull, able to force his way out of it in a massive clothesline by Rusev. You'd almost wonder if Heyman was out here and Rusev got backed into a corner, Rusev could potentially use Heyman in something of a hostage, something akin to a hostage situation. Try to back Lesnar into a corner, but that's not going to happen if Heyman's not out here. As you saw Rusev delivering a German suplex of his own, he's telling Lesnar to bring it on. And Lesnar able to counter back with a jawbreaker. And you don't wanna poke the bear, Rusev. Because the bear will eat you alive. As Lesnar delivers the German suplex, now telling Rusev to bring it on. As Rusev is dazed and confused, Lesnar delivers a second German suplex. Better bust out your Suplex City counters, folks. Because we've only just begun. Rusev sent straight into the referee. See, not even the referee is safe in a matchup like this. These two animals have been let out of their cages. And they're just looking to tear each other apart. Looking to prove who is the king of the jungle. Oh no. Brock Lesnar has got a sledgehammer in hand. Rusev stumbles to his feet. But Lesnar takes the wind straight out of him with that sledgehammer shot to the midsection. And now Brock Lesnar, could this be the beginning of the end already? Lesnar whipping Rusev into those steel steps. And after that sledgehammer shot, it's going to take a lot for Rusev to recover from that. As now he's whipped into the barricade. Brock Lesnar bouncing him skull first. And now Lesnar, look at the strength of Lesnar. Dropping Rusev onto the concrete floor. As Lesnar picks Rusev to his feet. And again, rockets him into those steel steps. And there's no count out in a matchup like this. Brock Lesnar not going into the ring to break the count. Instead, it seems as though he's looking to take a bit of a shortcut. He's got a steel chair in hand. As now both men enter the ring. Brock Lesnar, though, with the steel chair. No, Rusev able to take it from him. And now Rusev striking back. With these vicious shots, trying to keep Lesnar grounded. The beast just would not fall. But now Rusev with the steel chair to the spine of Brock Lesnar. And there's another one in the midsection. You can just hear each of these shots echo throughout the arena. Imagine the amount of force, the impact behind each chair shot, and look at Rusev! With a Uranagi side slam straight onto the chair. One, he might have him two, he might have him three. No, he does not. Lesnar powers out at 2.5. But Rusev, he's dealing out the damage. He's got control right now. He's got Lesnar backed into a corner. But what is it going to take? What is it going to take to finish a matchup like this off? As Rusev kicking out the legs of Brock Lesnar here. Looking to destroy the Beast Incarnate's foundation. As now Rusev, no! Lesnar able to dodge it and look out from behind. German suplex number 3. But I will point out that Lesnar hasn't been focusing on the suplexes as much in this matchup thus far. And I think Lesnar, I think the whole Suplex City train is starting to fade away. After losses to Punk and Nakamura, you'd have to think that Lesnar is starting to change up his game plan. As he drives the knee straight into the midsection of Rusev. Because that's the thing, Suplex City, it really is a one-dimensional attack. And once you can get around that, if you can block a German suplex, I mean, there's only so many ways that Lesnar can hit a German suplex. And if you can block it, well then, I mean, Lesnar's kind of out of luck. Let's look at Rusev with a super kick. Nearly took Lesnar's head clean off his shoulders. 2. No. Lesnar able to kick out yet again. But Rusev, he's coming close, dangerously close to putting Lesnar out of this matchup. As he now delivers a boot to the face. As Lesnar brought to his feet, now whipped into the corner. Rusev placing him up on that top rope. And look at these aggressive shots by Rusev, and he follows through the headbutt now, straight to the rib cage. Nothing pretty about that. As now Rusev with the chair yet again, straight across the back of Brock Lesnar. And again to the midsection, Rusev just wrapping that chair around the Beast Incarnate. And now he's got the chair positioned in the turnbuckle. Rusev, look at this, massive suplex to Lesnar. Just tossing him around like a rag doll. How often do you see Brock Lesnar get manhandled like that? Is now a belly to... No, wait, countered by Lesnar. You'd have to think that Lesnar, with all the suplexes he uses, he knows how to counter a few of them. Is now, look at this. Lesnar with a massive German suplex. Rusev launched nearly halfway across the ring. Rusev was turned inside out by that German suplex. And Brock Lesnar continues to strike away on Rusev. Beat him while he's down. There's now Lesnar to the outside. What's he thinking this time? He's just grabbed a baseball bat from under the ring. Maybe he's looking to hit a home run. Rusev can barely make it back to his feet, but you might want to stay on the ground, Rusev, because look out, Brock Lesnar! With a line drive straight to the face of Rusev. But Rusev stumbling back to his feet. It looked like Lesnar was going to put the bat down, but Rusev back to his feet. Lesnar changed his mind, and now he's going to pay for it. As Rusev, there's your home run. Nearly caved Lesnar's face in with that shot. And now Brock Lesnar whipped into the corner. He bounces back and straight into a belly-to-belly suplex. Rusev looking to bring out his own brand of Suplex City tonight. As the Beast Incarnate whipped into the corner yet again. This time he crumbles. Crashes down to the canvas. And Rusev trying to rally the crowd. This crowd is behind him. You can see the front row on their feet. Rusev looking for an Alabama slam, but no, Lesnar blocked it. Lesnar blocked the attempted Alabama slam and instead delivered with a powerbomb. And now he's got Rusev from the mat, a vertical suplex. And now Lesnar, could Lesnar be looking to finish Rusev off once and for all? He's got him by the arm. He's going for the Kimura lock. He's got the body scissors. The Kimura lock is applied. Rusev trapped in the center of the ring, and even if he wasn't, there's no rope break to save him. Not in a match like this. Rusev, his only escape, his only hope of breaking this hold is to power his way out. But he might have his arm broken by then. Rusev's able to escape it. Rusev managed to slip out, and a massive clothesline. Massive clothesline to Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate completely devastated by that one. Rusev turned him inside out, and now the Bulgarian Brute has got the steel steps in hand. And this is not looking good, folks. Not looking good at all. Lesnar's got the steps now. Lesnar's got the steps. But Rusev able to rip them out of his grasp. And now belly-to-belly no, countered again. Countered again by Lesnar. The suplex was coming, you knew it was. But Lesnar had it reversed. And a clothesline sending Rusev out to the floor. Those steps, that chair menacing in the ring. But these two men are outside of it. This is a no-holds-barred match. It is not a falls count anywhere match. All falls must occur in the ring, so whatever Brock Lesnar's cooking here, he's going to have to manage to drag the dead weight of Rusev back into the ring if he can hit it. As Rusev placed up on that announce table, what's going to happen here? Oh, you've got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me! F5! Brock Lesnar with an F5 straight through the announce table. Rusev is done. Lesnar tosses him into the ring. If he can just pin him, he's got the match in the... No way. No way. Rusev was somehow making it back to his feet, and Brock Lesnar, that seems to have only pissed him off. As Brock Lesnar delivers with a couple of suplexes, and he nails the trifecta. Taking Rusev to Suplex City and back again. But I think Lesnar, he's not going for the pin. The fact that Rusev was able to crawl, even just crawl after that F5, has pissed him off, and now he's got the steel steps. He's just looking to punish Rusev. And I think Rusev is done. I don't think there's... I mean, Rusev, he's still crawling. I don't know how Rusev still has any fight left in him after all of this. But Brock Lesnar is none too pleased. None too pleased with these developments. As you can see, Rusev is out, folks. He is out like a light. As Brock Lesnar, no. Not on the stairs! Not on the stairs! A fall-away slam! Rusev, his spine landing straight on the corner of those stairs. I mean, he nearly knocked the stairs out of the ring. And another fall-away slam. How much longer is this going to go on for? Rusev's got no fight left in him, but Brock Lesnar just continues to punish him. What is he? No, he's not going to do this. Lesnar has got Rusev up top. I mean, enough is enough. I mean, the referee's got to put a stop to this. Lesnar is insane. No, not from the top, not from up there. Butterfly suplex. And Rusev is done. Rusev is done, folks. 1, 2, and Lesnar. What? How is... I don't believe this. I mean, just look. Lesnar doesn't believe it either. Just disrespectfully kicking Rusev while he's down. I don't know how the hell Rusev managed to kick out of that. But if he gets hit with another one of these steel stair shots, it's over. No, wait. You're kidding me. Not only is Rusev still alive in this matchup, not only can he kick out, he can go on the offensive. Lesnar, his skull bouncing off that steel chair. And Rusev, you've got to be kidding me. Rusev is going to pull this off. Rusev has got the accolade locked in. The accolade is cinched in. Lesnar, no rope break to save him. Is the Beast Incarnate gonna tap out to the accolade? Rusev has got it locked in. Lesnar nowhere to go. Lesnar may lose this matchup. No. Lesnar able to duck behind it. Managed to slip out. And now he's got Rusev with a Saito suplex. He takes him down. Or maybe a teardrop suplex. I don't believe it, folks. I don't know how Rusev managed to pull off that rally, but I think that might have been the last of it. As Rusev taken back down again by Lesnar. Now you hear the crowd chanting Suplex City. I mean, I think that they know that this is the beginning of the end for Rusev. It's Lesnar now. Lesnar just trying to torture Rusev here. What could he be thinking this time? Rusev upside down. What could Lesnar be thinking here? Oh my God! A cannonball dive into the corner. That'll crush the life out of Rusev. I mean, Rusev, he has shown an incredible fighting spirit in this matchup. But I don't think there's anything left in the tank. Brock Lesnar is just destroying him with another trifecta. And now Lesnar looking to put this one to bed. As Rusev going up. Wait a minute, what? How? I don't understand. How is Rusev still fighting back? Everything that Lesnar has dished out, but Rusev continues to fight back. Alabama slam. Has Rusev done it? Has Rusev pulled it out of the bag? 1, 2. No. Try as he might, Rusev withstanding all of this punishment, dishing out as much as he can. But Brock Lesnar will not go down either. Now what is Rusev thinking? He's looking to take Lesnar up to no man's land. I'm amazed that the ring didn't cave in the last time. Who knows what'll happen this time? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The ultimate humiliation. A German suplex. A super German suplex by Rusev. And Rusev is firing up. Rusev, this wave of adrenaline, I don't know how, I don't know where he's finding this. This is just inhuman endurance shown by Rusev. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Not this way, not this way. An F5 delivered to Brock Lesnar. 1, 2, 3, no. Rusev tried to put Lesnar away with the F5, but even that would not keep the Beast Incarnate down. Unbelievable. What can these two possibly have left? Lesnar counters and strikes back. These two men on wobbly legs. But they continue to fight. They continue to just slug it out here in the center of the ring. As now Rusev backs him to a corner, but Lesnar fights back. And now it's Rusev who's down on the canvas. Brock Lesnar, what could he be thinking this time? He's gonna dump Rusev outside of the ring. And there you see the wreckage, the carnage caused by these two men. That announce table still destroyed. And Brock Lesnar nearly dropped those steel steps straight on Rusev. I'm not sure if he was trying to or not, but it might not matter. Brock Lesnar is sizing him up. He's looking for the F5 on those steel stairs, but Rusev is able to block it. Rusev, oh, now an uppercut. Lesnar is staggered. Rusev has got him. Look at this. Rusev, torture rack backbreaker. The torture rack backbreaker. We saw Rusev use that to pin, to get a win over Sheamus a few weeks ago. And now Rusev to the top rope. I don't believe this. Rusev gonna go high risk. Lesnar is out like a light. Spear from the top rope. What a combination. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, surely it's over. And it is. What? Oh my God. I need to take a moment to catch my breath. I don't believe that. Rusev and Brock Lesnar. I don't believe that Rusev came out on top. I didn't think he could do it. Lesnar did. I mean, this had become a one-sided massacre during this matchup. But Rusev, it's almost like he was just playing possum, just letting Lesnar get in the shots, just to completely overpower him there at the end. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that's what it seemed like. I mean, you just see it. Suplex after suplex after suplex. Rusev put through the announce table. But even then, Rusev came back. An Alabama slam. A super German suplex. That wasn't even enough. Neither was this F5 by Rusev. But ultimately, this is what did Lesnar in. The torture rack backbreaker on the outside, followed through with that devastating spear from the top rope. And Rusev, I don't know if anybody expected this. Rusev, he picked a fight with Brock Lesnar, and he won. He came out on top. This is a massive victory for Rusev. What is this going to mean for his future? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dudleyville, home of the tables match. Because that's what we've got in store for you up next. This is for the Tag Team Championships, and it is a tables match. These are the challengers, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys, Team 3D, whichever you prefer. They are going to be taking on the primetime players for the WWE Tag Team titles, and that matchup is up next. It was at WrestleMania that the Dudley Boys made their ultimate pursuit for the tag team titles. But despite the fact that they betrayed the Ascension and eliminated them from the matchup, they were unable to overcome the primetime players. It was Darren Young and Titus O'Neil who, at the end of the day, walked out with the tag team gold. So we get a bit of WrestleMania revisited here tonight, as the two final survivors of that tag team matchup, the Dudley Boys and the primetime players, square off yet again. Only this time, it's in the Dudley Boys element, a tables match. The primetime players, they are going to have their work cut out for them, to say the least. But as you can see, they've got their game faces on. They're ready to go. And you can see they're dressed in green tonight. It's all about the millions of dollars. As tonight, the primetime players, you have to think that they do not want to lose those tag team championships so soon after winning them. And I mean, the Primetime Players have been impressive as of late. Scoring wins since WrestleMania, scoring wins over the New Day and the Vaudevillains. This is going to be a tough task for the Dudley Boyz, but it's also going to be a tough task for the Primetime Players because this is not a standard tag team matchup. And the advantage is going to go to the Dudley Boyz because they have more than enough experience with tables matches. I mean, they've competed in a variety of high-profile matchups over the years, ladder matches, TLC matches. But when it comes to the standard tables match, you cannot top the Dudley Boyz. Let's just look at those faces of intensity. Bubba Ray and Devon going over their game plan. But I mean, that is not the face of someone you want to make friends with. Those are the faces of some very game, very aggressive challengers. And speaking of aggression, look at those faces. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young not gonna give in the slightest. They are ready to go, just as amped up, just as fired up for this matchup as the Dudley Boyz. As Titus and Darren hand over those tag team titles to the referee. And that's what it's all about, folks. Bubba Ray, I mean, just look at the face of Bubba Ray. None too pleased with the Primetime Players. As, wait a minute, Devon Dudley already outside of the ring. Well, this matchup is underway, folks. Devon going after the table early on here, but Darren Young looks to shut him down. Darren Young just ran him over with that table. And these teams did not waste any time busting out the hardware. Let's look at this. Northern Light suplex onto that table. What a move by Darren Young. I mean, this doesn't surprise me that the Dudley Boyz would try to introduce the tables very early on in the match. As it's Darren Young and Devon on the outside, countered by Devon into a jawbreaker. Oh, and a massive clothesline. Meanwhile, in the ring, Bubba Ray and Titus O'Neil are going at it. Devon delivers an elbow drop to Darren Young. As it'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes from here. You know, you would have to think that the Primetime Players would have the advantage before the tables were introduced, but by introducing the tables straight off the bat, perhaps the Dudley Boyz could gain the upper hand very early on and just look to steamroll the Primetime Players in this matchup. As right now, Bubba Ray just trying to outpower Titus O'Neil here. But Titus will not go down. That one was enough to do it, though. A vicious shot by Bubba Ray. And he delivers another one. Straight to the spine. As now Bubba Ray just rubbing his face into the mat there. Following it up with an elbow drop. As Titus tries to get back to his feet. Of course, Titus O'Neil, a former Intercontinental Champion. If it comes down to a singles match like this, I think perhaps the Primetime Players could have the advantage there. So if the Primetime Players can divide and conquer like this, I mean, this might be their match to win. Titus O'Neil, a very accomplished singles star here in Universe Mode. Darren Young, not so much. But Darren Young can more than hold his own, as he proved at WrestleMania, when he was able to fight back from a 2-on-1 disadvantage against the Dudley Boyz. He was able to hold out long enough for Titus O'Neil to take out Devon. And then Darren Young just put the finishing touches on the match, scoring the win with a devastating gut check, but that's not going to be the key to victory tonight. You can't just slap him with a finisher and then go for the pin. You got to put them through a table. And that's easier said than done. If you knock them out with your finisher, then you're going to have a really tough time getting the dead weight of either of the Dudley Boyz up and through that table. As Titus O'Neil hung up on that top rope with snake eyes. And now Bubba Ray looking to go to the outside. Perhaps Bubba Ray looking to grab a table for himself. No, wait, but he had to make sure that Titus stays down as he hangs him out on that top rope. Hung him out to dry. And now Devon, meanwhile, has got Darren Young over on the other side of the ring. Is he looking to put him through the table? No. Darren Young fights him off. As Devon whipped into the barricade. Now whipped into the other barricade. A drop kick straight to the knee by Darren Young. And now Darren Young has got him for another Northern Lights suplex on the concrete. And now Darren Young looking to fire up. This is one of his signature combinations. Leg drop, elbow drop, forearm smash to the face. And now Darren Young. Could he be looking to put Devon through the table? Devon just crushed against that table. As he drops to the ground like a sack of potatoes. Darren Young, this could be his moment. Could we have an early finish? No. Devon able to fight him off and a vicious punch to the face. As now Bubba Ray dumped over the barricade on the other side of the ring. Well, it doesn't look as though these two fights are going to be joining together anytime soon. And again, I don't think that's a good thing for the Dudley Boyz. If it comes down to two one-on-one fights, I think the advantage is going to go to the primetime players. As Darren Young has taken down Devon and Titus O'Neil. Well, there's a table over there at ringside. Looks like they've... See, why did they put a new table there? Heath Slater broke the one that was out there. I guess that's just the ringside crew getting prepared for this tables match. As Bubba Ray's got Titus up on his shoulders. Perhaps a Samoan drop in the works. But Titus able to force his way out of it. As now Titus O'Neil. A straight right hand to the face. And now Titus has got a trash can. It's not going to put Bubba Ray through a table. But it'll certainly incapacitate Bubba Ray. As Titus O'Neil straight to the face with that trash can. Bubba Ray crumbles to the floor. As now Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil looking to power him up there, but no, wait, counter by Bubba Ray. Side Russian leg sweep on the concrete floor, and there's no padding out there. That is solid concrete, so each impact would only do even more damage. As now Bubba Ray's got a steel chair. Oh, straight to the midsection. And now look at Bubba Ray. DDT on the chair. On the floor. Titus O'Neil is out cold, folks. But Bubba Ray looking to keep up the punishment. Keep inflicting damage with that chair. As now Bubba Ray's got another chair. He's got that other chair. Is he looking to... He's just measuring Titus, who tries to crawl back to his feet, but nope. Bubba Ray not having any of it. Another chair shot to the spine, and another one. Bubba Ray just relentless right now with these vicious chair shots. As meanwhile, Darren Young bouncing Devon up against the barricade. Devon has put the table in the ring, so these two are nowhere near a table. But it doesn't really matter. It's not an elimination matchup. As long as one member of the team goes through the table, it's all over. That's the thing, though. With Darren and Devon being over here, they don't have to be involved in the decision. So one of these two men could have a very clear upper hand. But if their partner gets put through a table, well, then they're out of luck. And that's why I think that these... Well, oh my God! Saving grace out on the concrete floor. That's why I was saying the Dudley Boyz should try to group up, try to use their numbers advantage. But the primetime players are just not letting that happen. And this is a smart strategy by the primetime players to divide up the Dudley Boyz like this. As you can see right now, Titus O'Neil holding his own against Bubba Ray. Bouncing him skull first off the barricade. And now Titus. Titus is looking for a pump handle power slam, but no, not happening. Bubba Ray able to counter it. And again, Titus crashes on the concrete. As now Bubba Ray. He's looking to drag him over to that table. Just launching him straight into it. Straight into the edge of that table. There's a big knee to the face. Titus staggered. Meanwhile, Devon just kicked the air out of the lungs of Darren Young. And now what is Devon looking to do? Straight shot to the back. As Devon now picking Darren Young up to his feet. Looking to drag him into the ring. No, not yet. He's got something else in mind. Taking him over to that barricade. Well, this isn't going to put him through the table, but Devon puts him through the barricade. It's not going to win him the match, but it could deal the damage. Darren Young, he's out right now. Devon, if he can just set up that table, get Darren into the ring, we might have a winner right here and now. As Darren Young brought into the ring, Devon, massive boot to the side of the skull. That barricade is broken, but until a table is broken, this match will continue. As Devon looking to set up that table in the corner. And Darren Young is in a bad way. He's a sitting duck right now. But Titus O'Neil is nowhere to help him, nowhere to save him. Perhaps this strategy could backfire on the Primetime Players. As Darren whipped into the corner. Devon looking to take all of the fight out of Darren Young, but Darren still got some left. With a boot to the face, Devon whipped into the corner. But now Devon answers back with a boot. Punch to the, no, countered. Darren Young able to reverse it. And now Darren Young has got him. Alley-oop face buster. And now Devon's in trouble. Devon's a sitting duck. As Bubba Ray was looking to put Titus through a table. It's tough to keep track of the action, folks. But Titus delivers with a backbreaker. And now Devon, or I should say Bubba Ray, dropped off that fallaway slam. As Titus O'Neil, could he be looking to... Oh my God, Clash of the Titus! Clash of the Titus on the concrete. And that certainly has knocked Bubba Ray clean out. As Titus O'Neil, all he's got to do is put him through that table and we've got a winner. Darren Young tosses Devon into the table. You've got to be kidding me. In stereo, Bubba Ray and Devon are in trouble, both through the table at the same time. And the Primetime Players retain their tag team championships here tonight at Extreme Rules. Forget the tables match, forget the disadvantage. The Primetime Players divide and conquer, and boy did they conquer. It has been a long journey for the Primetime Players just to win those tag titles at WrestleMania, but it seems as though their journey is far from over. Their journey is the champions. Gotta give props where it's due, the Primetime Players. An impressive performance here tonight. And I gotta say, gotta give hats off to... Wait a minute, what the hell? That's Carl Anderson, and there's Luke Gallows. The Club. The Club are here at ringside, and they're just taking it to the Dudley Boys. We saw them do this at the Slammy Awards. The Club, they picked apart Edge and Christian, put them on the shelf, possibly ending their careers. Don't tell me. They're looking to do the same thing to the Dudley Boys. The Club are looking to... First they took out Edge and Christian, and now the Dudley Boys. Jesus, a flapjack on the floor. I think Devon, his head might have even caught that barricade. And now look at Carl Anderson with a leaping cutter on the concrete floor. I mean, the Dudley Boys are defenseless. They just went through hell in that tables match. No, 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 no. No! The 12th step delivered by Luke Gallows. And the Club, they might have just taken the Dudley Boys to the gallows. As now, look at this. Bubba Ray brought into the ring by Carl Anderson. And now it's a 2-on-1 assault. The Club sending a direct message to everyone. No. No, they're looking to cap it off with a... Oh, the Magic Killer. The Dudley Boys absolutely destroyed by the Club tonight. And after losing to the Primetime Players as well, are there no lows that the Club won't stoop to? I mean, they've certainly made their presence felt, and they haven't even competed in a match yet. But the Club causing massive devastation here tonight. And there you see is the World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro warming up for his Fatal 4-Way Championship defense later on tonight. But now we move on to the Women's Championship match. As there you see her, about to make her way to the ring. This is the Australian sensation. This is Emma. And tonight, Emma has the opportunity of a lifetime, although might be a bit of a double-edged sword. Tonight, she gets her shot at the Women's Championship. But tonight, she gets a shot at Asuka. And I don't know, if I were stepping in the ring with Asuka, I wouldn't be feeling too confident about my chances. But Emma tonight, she looks pretty confident. She got the jump on Asuka on the last episode of SmackDown, but it was Asuka who stood tall. Her sneak attack backfired. So now the question is, if Emma couldn't get the better of Asuka with a sneak attack, how in the world is she going to be able to overcome Asuka tonight? Well, I'm sure Emma has a game plan. You'd have to imagine just because one thing backfired, that doesn't mean that Emma doesn't stand a chance. If she goes in with that mentality, of course she's going to lose. But Emma, she looks as confident as she ever has, even in spite of who her opponent is tonight. If anything, I think that just gives Emma all the more drive to win. As there you see her, the women's champion, the winner of the Queen of the Ring tournament, WWE's Empress, Asuka. And Asuka has just been on a complete tear since arriving on the scene. Of course, in the Queen of the Ring tournament, she defeated both of the Bella twins, Sasha Banks, and then of course at WrestleMania, she defeated Natalya and Banks to win that Women's Championship, to become the Queen of the Ring. But even since then, outside of the Queen of the Ring tournament, Asuka has gone through both members of the Divas Empire. Well, I suppose now there are 3 members, but Summer Rae and Tamina Snuka taken out as well. Alicia Fox, Eva Marie, and more recently, Dana Brooke on SmackDown. Asuka has just been tearing through the women's division like paper. So I begin to question, is there anyone who can stop this wrecking machine of a women's champion? Could Emma be the one? Could Emma be the one to dethrone Asuka? To take down the Empress? Well, I guess there's only one way to find the answer to that question. And that is this matchup. You see the referee displaying the women's championship for the crowd. That's what these two women are fighting for. The ultimate prize in the women's division. As the referee rings the bell, collar and elbow tie-up between these two. And it's Asuka who takes the first advantage with a waist lock. As Emma dropped down on the canvas, Asuka has her now in a side headlock. But Emma able to maneuver out of it. When it comes to the ground game, this might be where Emma has the advantage. Try to keep it a close quarters fight. Do not let Asuka start to bust out those strikes. As Asuka ducks under, leapfrog over, and a shoulder block delivered. Emma quick to get back to her feet though. She doesn't want to stay on the canvas. Because Asuka can strike you from anywhere. But I'd say if you're on your feet, you have a better chance of dodging it. But at the moment, that's not stopping Asuka in the slightest. As a running hip attack, a couple of them, now hooks the leg. 2. Emma able to kick out, but how quickly Asuka has backed Emma into a corner, nearly getting the win right there. And this matchup has barely started. Things are not looking too good for Emma out of the gate here. As Asuka delivers a punch to the face. Now a clothesline, and Emma head over heels to the outside. And this is where Asuka was trying to go to the outside, but Emma sprang back to her feet and just ripped Asuka off the apron. And now sending her crashing into the barricade. Emma just looking to decimate Asuka on the outside here. Not a bad strategy. Use your environment to your advantage. If Asuka has the advantage in a normal match, if she can just outstrike you, well then just use your environment as a weapon. Don't try to beat her in a fist fight. try to beat her into submission along the barricade. As now, Emma with the submission hold, driving the knee straight in between the shoulder blades of Asuka. With this, like, reverse chin lock. Asuka, no, she's able to slip out of it. And there is a spinning kick to the midsection, followed by an elbow to the face. Emma is in trouble. Oh, my goodness. Looked like Asuka was going for an Irish whip, but she pulled her back straight into a calf kick. And now Emma whipped into the corner. And Asuka with a couple of kicks to the midsection. That's her trademark, just kick you into submission. And now, look at this, a tiger suplex bridging for the pin. 1, 2, no. Emma able to kick out. But Asuka keeping up the pressure as she must. Looking for a back suplex, but no, Emma able to counter it and drives her face first into the canvas with a bulldog. And now, missile drop kick to the side of the skull. Emma doing a great job so far at keeping the pressure on the women's champion. She's not holding back in the slightest. She is giving it everything she's got. I mean, she has to do whatever she can to stand her ground against Asuka, and she's doing that right now. As Emma now rolls her over for the pin. No, not even a 2 count. Asuka powers out at a count of 1.5. As now Emma delivers with a missile drop kick. This time to the face. And now Emma's got the leg. Emma going to work on the leg of Asuka, and that is brilliant. Prevent Asuka from using her kicking ability, cut down her mobility. It's really a 2-in-1 success there, but not for long, as Asuka delivered a clothesline, sending her back to the outside yet again. And Asuka, she's lining her up for a running. No, she missed. She overshot it. Asuka went for the running hip attack, but she missed. Jumped clean over Emma, and that is going to give Emma a huge advantage. As Asuka whipped into the announce table, and now Emma bouncing her skull first off of it. And now look at this, Emma whipping her into the barricade yet again. And on the outside, Emma has had the advantage. Asuka has not been able to keep up with Emma outside of the ring. As Emma bounces her skull first off of the steel ring post. Now she's just got to drag her back into the ring before the referee's 10 count. And she does just that. The title cannot change hands via countout or disqualification. Emma is well aware of that. As now she delivers a knee to the midsection. And Emma has got her in the dilemma. Asuka all caught up in the ropes. That's just where Emma wants her. As now Emma to the middle rope. Look out below. Missile drop kick from the middle rope this time. And a hook of the leg by Emma. 1, 2. No. She might not have gotten the 3, but she is getting closer. Not too often does someone get a 2 count on Asuka. As now Emma with a forearm to the face. Now backs her up against the ropes. Sweeps out the legs, and here's Emma. She's looking for that backbreaker as she launches her off the ropes and back into the knees. Vicious move by Emma. But ultimately, moves like that I don't think are going to get the job done. She's chipping away right now. But she might need to go for one of her trump cards. Because if she takes too much time, that's going to give Asuka the opening that she needs. As look at Emma, looking for a butterfly suit. No! Asuka stuck the landing. Asuka stuck the landing. And just about kicked Emma's head clean off her shoulders. As now Asuka, what's she looking for? A spin kick to the midsection. Look out. Running hip attack. And the hook of the leg by Asuka. 1, 2. No. Emma kicks out. Emma manages to kick out. But Asuka has firm control in this matchup, and she knows it. As now what's Asuka looking for? She's got her by the arm. Oh my god. Vicious move there by Asuka. Just looking to dislocate Emma's shoulder, rip it right out of its socket. And now a Fujiwara armbar. Is Emma gonna submit? Asuka with the Fujiwara armbar. I was talking earlier, I was talking against Asuka's technical game. I thought Emma would have the advantage there, but that doesn't mean that Asuka's no slouch in that regard either. But Emma's back into it. Emma now with the Thez press and just hammering away on Asuka. What she may lack in physical power, she makes up for with aggression, just pure aggression. As the adrenaline is pumping, Emma to the top rope. Looking to take a risk, but will it pay off? Crossbody, hooks the legs on Asuka, does she have her? 1, 2, new women's champion, no! Asuka manages to power out. But Emma is getting closer and closer. Asuka, she's actually in trouble right now. If anybody discredited Emma's abilities, perhaps even Asuka might have. Did she underestimate Emma in this match? Because right now, Emma has given Asuka the toughest fight that she's had thus far in her career. This is the performance that Emma needs. As she's looking for a sit-out powerbomb. But Emma, or I should say Asuka, had it well scouted. Able to strike back. And now look at Asuka. German suplex. As no matter how much Emma can rally, no matter how much damage she dishes out, Asuka is always back. Always back just to one-up her. As Emma tried to get a shot in, but look at this. Cross arm breaker. Cross arm breaker's applied. Asuka went to work on that arm earlier. Softening Emma up for this very moment. Is Emma gonna submit? The ropes are nowhere nearby. But Emma manages to slip out of it. Emma is no slouch when it comes to submissions. As now look at this. Oh my god. Asuka face first into the canvas. As now Emma sends her into that corner. And Asuka, she's out after getting her face smashed against the ring. And now look at Emma. Oh, we've seen this before from the middle rope. Emma takes Asuka down with the reverse. The reverse superplex, inverted superplex. And now, bridging for the pin. 1. Does she have her 2? Does she have her 3? No. No matter how much Emma does, Asuka just will not quit. But who would have thought that Emma would back Asuka into a corner like this? And she could be looking to finish her off. Emma has got the Emma lock applied. Asuka can't reach out to those ropes. Emma has got it cinched in. Is Asuka gonna tap out? Is Emma gonna force the Empress to submit? What a victory this would be for Emma. What an achievement, not only to be the first woman to defeat Asuka, but to make her tap out as well. But no, Asuka's able to pry her off. Able to escape the Emma lock as Emma stumbles to her feet. Oh, no. Asuka out of the frying pan and into the fire as Asuka now applies the Asuka lock. Emma, for a moment there, she was on the verge of victory. Now she's on the brink of defeat. Is Emma gonna submit? Asuka has done so much damage to the arm. So much damage to Emma in this matchup. Emma, is she gonna tap? She might, no! Emma able to escape the Asuka lock. Emma manages to break the hold. And now look at Emma, roll up. She's got Asuka down, shoulders down, legs are hooked. 2, no, just a 1 count. But it was enough to disorient Asuka perhaps. Emma gonna roll her up again, bridges through for the pin. 1, 2, no. Asuka narrowly escapes yet again. But Emma again got her by the hair, just tossing her around. I mean, Emma's got to be getting desperate. What more does she have left? You can see Emma just yelling at Asuka, saying, why won't you stay down? Emma, I mean, the pressure is getting to her perhaps. I mean, she's hit her with everything. All she's got left. Wait a minute. Counter by Asuka. Oh my god, what a backhand. And another one. Vicious strikes by Asuka, and I think Emma, I don't know if she's got anything left. That rally by Asuka might have just shut her lights out. And now Asuka, backslide driver, bridging for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Asuka with that vicious combination of strikes, followed through with a backslide driver. And Emma was out. She was done. Not to discredit her performance in this matchup, though. I'd have to say that Emma, without a doubt, gave Asuka the toughest match in her career thus far. I mean, there were several instances where I thought Emma had the match in the bag. Asuka, I mean, just look at this counter, though. A butterfly suplex. Asuka stuck the landing and then just kicked her head clean off her shoulders. But somehow, even after that, Emma was still able to fight, still able to rally. Cross bodies, inverted superplexes, the Emma lock, but none of it was enough. Asuka would not quit. As she broke out of it, applied her own Asuka lock. But even to Emma's credit, she did not tap out to the Asuka lock. She did not quit in this matchup. It was her body that quit on her. As right here you see it, backslide driver, and it was all over. Emma gave it her all. She had nothing left. And Asuka just had more in the tank. This is why she's the women's champion. This is why she's the Empress. She is the most dominant woman in the division today. Nobody can touch her. Emma, she came close, but she couldn't finish the job. Asuka, still your women's champion. What a match, what a performance. And Asuka stands tall. Wait a minute, backstage there's Chris Jericho and John Cena. We saw them lose their matchups earlier on. Wait a minute, John Cena! John Cena with a right hand to Chris Jericho. And now Jericho, Cena was looking to walk away, but Jericho's not gonna take that lying down. And we've got a brawl breaking down backstage. What are those security guards doing? Come over and break this up, damn it. My God, Chris Jericho and John Cena just assaulting each other backstage. Well, we know that John Cena lost his matchup with Shinsuke Nakamura earlier in the night. And Chris Jericho, he lost that Hell in the Cell match for the Intercontinental Championship. No. Cena's got a trash can. Cena's got a trash can now. Good God. Just bashing that trash can straight into Jericho's face. You can see that the tensions are boiling over here. Jericho just happened to bump into John Cena. Cena didn't take that too kindly. But, I mean, to be fair, Cena's the one who struck first. He's the one who started this. Jericho, I mean, I guess Jericho didn't have to escalate it any further, but I mean, knowing the type of guy that Chris Jericho is, he's not going to take a punch like that lying down. He's going to strike back. But no, now Cena's got a steel chair to the skull of Chris Jericho. I mean, these two men. Well, for Chris Jericho, it's just been one loss after another. For John Cena, after winning at WrestleMania, he has lost in 2 of his biggest matchups since then. No. Attitude adjustment on the... No, Jericho able to block it. As I said, Cena had 2 big matchups. The #1 contenders match with Daniel Bryan and the match with Shinsuke Nakamura earlier on. And Cena came up short on both occasions. It seems as though John Cena, his career is spiraling out of control as well. It almost feels as though these 2 superstars just trying to hang on with everything they've got. And perhaps those frustrations really just boiling over. The real cause of this backstage scuffle. And somebody's got to get in here and break this up. Where are the superstars? Where's the security? Just seems as though nobody wants to get involved in this. Security, I guess I don't know, does anyone even realize this is happening? We've got cameras on it, surely somebody knows. My guess is that the superstars don't really care. They don't care if these 2 superstars tear each other apart. They just want to let them settle it themselves. I guess that's sort of that competitor's mentality. To fight your own battles. Why interfere in someone else's business? As John Cena now has a briefcase. Oh, geez, straight to the skull of Jericho. I mean, this is getting out of hand. Chris Jericho can't even make it back to his feet. And John Cena tosses him into that locker. I mean, look at this. Jericho it's all he can do just to stand. John Cena, no. Powerbomb into the locker, Jesus. Jericho is out. My God. Well, you want to talk about the match that John Cena lost to become #1 contender? Here is the man who defeated him in that matchup. This is the WWE Championship match. Kevin Owens defending his title against Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan, it has been a long road to get to this point, to get to this match, this moment. It was at SummerSlam last year that Daniel Bryan had the chance to compete for the WWE Championship, but Brock Lesnar stole his Money in the Bank briefcase and put him on the shelf, taking the title for himself. And then it wasn't until the Royal Rumble that Daniel Bryan made his return. And at WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan, he defeated CM Punk. He finally got the match that he had been waiting for nearly 2 years. And what a match it was. Everyone is still talking about it. Everyone is buzzing from that iconic encounter between Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. And that has launched Daniel Bryan to this match with Kevin Owens. Daniel Bryan has never won a championship in Universe mode. Never. Not the tag titles. Not the Intercontinental, the United States, the World Heavyweight, or the WWE Championship. He has never held the gold in Universe mode. But tonight, Daniel Bryan, he's got a chance to claim it. But to do that, he's going to have to go through what is quite possibly the most dominant superstar in Universe mode history. I know I say that, it's a bit of a bold claim on my behalf, but Kevin Owens has just been unstoppable since arriving on the scene. His very first night, he won the Intercontinental Championship from Cesaro. Then he retained it at Battleground against Titus O'Neil, defeating both of the former champions. Then it was at Survivor Series where he traded it in and got his shot at the WWE Championship, forcing his way into a match against Brock Lesnar and Titus O'Neil, a match that Kevin Owens won. And after that, he defended it against Brock Lesnar at Fastlane, defeated Adrian Neville at the Royal Rumble, defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and now he takes on Daniel Bryan here tonight in Uniondale, New York at Extreme Rules. And even in spite of his accomplishments as the WWE Champion, Kevin Owens has been responsible for many injuries in this series, at one point putting Mark Henry on the shelf, the former King of the Ring winner, former World Heavyweight Champion. The current United States Champion Adrian Neville was sidelined thanks to Kevin Owens. The Undertaker, who knows if he'll ever return after the damage Kevin Owens did to him. Kane recently put on the shelf thanks to Kevin Owens. The list continues to grow, but Kevin Owens doesn't care. Kevin Owens, he said he is the death of professional wrestling. But Daniel Bryan, he says that he is the definition of professional wrestling. Let's look at this. Kevin Owens looking to duck to the outside, but Daniel Bryan is right on him. Daniel Bryan straight after him. He had Kevin Owens well scouted. We know that Kevin Owens likes to duck outside of the ring to take control of the tempo early on. But Daniel Bryan not having any of that, rushing him and bringing the fight to Kevin Owens. And I gotta say, that's a smart strategy by Daniel Bryan. He's done his homework. Springboard dropkick. Ultimately, this is what Bryan should do. Bryan should try to quicken the pace, make it a high-flying affair, run around the ring, use the ropes. Just try to, outrace Kevin Owens. Don't make this a marathon. Make it a sprint. Because that's where Daniel Bryan is going to have the advantage. You don't want to let Kevin Owens start to utilize his power, start to utilize you know, any of his aggressive moves. Just look at this. Bryan tossed across the ring. I mean, Kevin Owens, we've seen his capacity for destruction over the past several months. But Daniel Bryan, he had a match with Mark Henry on the last episode of SmackDown where Mark Henry tried to bring out Daniel Bryan's inner monster. Because Mark Henry, he said that if Daniel Bryan doesn't dig down deep inside himself and channel that inner aggressive streak, if he can't do that, he's not going to defeat Kevin Owens. It's not going to happen. So Daniel Bryan, he's going to have to step up his aggressiveness here tonight, as Owens right now just taking it to Daniel Bryan. A couple of running sentons, but Daniel Bryan fights back, delivers the kick, able to stagger Kevin Owens. And now look at Daniel Bryan with this surfboard through the ropes. You want to talk about aggressiveness, you've got it right there. As now Bryan drags Owens away from the ropes. And now Daniel Bryan just unloading with these vicious shots, left and right hands. Nothing pretty about that. Daniel Bryan coming at Kevin Owens with a very smash mouth style European uppercut. Now Kevin Owens whipped into the corner, the referee is down. And look at Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is really going after that arm of Kevin Owens. I mean, again, you want to talk about aggressiveness, using the ropes. Perhaps a bit of a dirty tactic. But then again, this is Extreme Rules. This matchup might not be no disqualification, but sometimes you don't have to break the rules to go extreme. As these two men certainly are kicking the aggressiveness up to 11 very early on in this matchup. As Kevin Owens now just rockets Daniel Bryan into the corner. And now he's got him up. Michinoku driver. And he hooks the leg on Bryan. 1, 2, nope, just a 1 count. Bryan quick to kick out of that. Doesn't want to show any signs of slowing down, any signs of weakness. As Kevin Owens has got him up. No, wait, counter. Bryan stuck the landing. German suplex. And down goes the WWE Champion. Daniel Bryan delivers a stomp to the back of the arm. Back of the elbow even. And again, Daniel Bryan continues to put the pressure on those arms as he applies a cattle mutilation. Owens, his face smashed against the canvas. He has no clue where he is. No rope break in sight for him. He's just going to have to break out. Oh my God, what a kick. Straight to the back of the head. Might not be as devastating as one of Daniel Bryan's kicks, but it'll get the job done. It was enough to daze Bryan, to stun him. And now Kevin Owens delivers a boot straight to the face of Bryan. Bryan is in trouble now. He can't afford to let Kevin Owens get going like this. As Owens delivers a knee to the face, Bryan staggered. A headbutt now. You want to talk about aggressiveness. No matter how much aggression Daniel Bryan brings to the table, I don't know if he's going to be able to match that of Kevin Owens. Because that's what brought Kevin Owens to the top. Wait a minute. From the top rope, frog splash. And the hook of the leg on Bryan. This might be enough. 1, 2. No, Bryan able to kick out. But Bryan is in trouble right now. Kevin Owens unleashing a barrage of offense here. Whether it's diving off the top rope, outpowering Bryan, just punching his lights out. Oh no, wait a minute. Kevin Owens has got him. And he drops him off to the side on his spine with a package powerbomb. And now Kevin Owens. Looking for a submission hold. A version of the camel clutch applied here. And look at that. I think Kevin Owens is just raking at the face, raking at the eyes of Daniel Bryan. I mean, surely the referee's not going to allow that. But it doesn't matter. Bryan able to slip out. And now he's got Owens from behind. And delivers another German suplex. Daniel Bryan digging down deep. Bringing out everything he's got in him. Oh my God, look at this. He's tying Kevin Owens up like a pretzel here. Look at Bryan here. Oh, vicious stomp to the arm. I mean, he's looking to break the arm of Kevin Owens. There is no love lost in this matchup. As Daniel Bryan now with the body scissors. He's got a Kimura lock. Daniel Bryan with a Kimura lock applied on Kevin Owens. And Owens is in trouble. Bryan looking to break Owens' arm here. Anything to win that WWE Championship, but Owens able to roll through. And you cannot blame Bryan for using offense like that. When you're going up against Kevin Owens, a man who will do anything to win, you have to do whatever it takes just to hold your ground. Because that's what Bryan's trying to do tonight. Tap into his inner monster. Perhaps tapping into some of, way back into the old days on the independent scene. Daniel Bryan really trying to channel the inner American Dragon as he delivers a missile dropkick straight to the chest. As Kevin Owens, perhaps it's poetic that he's wearing the red, white, and blue, because Daniel Bryan is bringing out the American Dragon here tonight. As Bryan, oh jeez, sit out arm breaker. And now he's got him in a hammerlock. Looking for a hammerlock, reverse DDT. This definitely is, you see the referee checking on Kevin Owens, checking on his arm. You see Owens gripping at that shoulder. I mean, how often is that the referee has to put the match on pause to check on Kevin Owens' condition? Usually it's the other way around. That just goes to show that this is a different Daniel Bryan, not the same Bryan we're used to. This is a much more vindictive Bryan. As off the kicks to the chest, one to the skull. Owens could be out cold. Bryan hooks the leg. 1, 2, no. Kevin Owens kicks out, and that's the nature of the beast. You can hit him as hard as you want, but he will not stay down. It's gonna take more than a couple of flashy kicks, even a picture-perfect roundhouse to the side of the head. Owens will survive it, and Kevin Owens will come back fighting with a cannonball from the top rope. Now follows through the kick to the spine. Kevin Owens, he does not die. Now a neck breaker, maybe more of a back breaker. Either way, Bryan, the back of his neck just, and now Owens just choking the life out of him. Referee has to keep a close call in this matchup. Unlike in some of the other matchups tonight, the referee does at least have some sort of a say in this one. But I don't know how much. Kevin Owens from the middle rope, moonsault. I mean, the referee could try to call this matchup off, but as long as these two men continue to fight, you've got to be kidding me. Bryan peels the shoulder off the canvas at 1, and you saw the look. You saw the expression on the face of Kevin Owens. Daniel Bryan, this is all about mind games now. Owens dishing out the punishment. Daniel Bryan saying, come on, is that all you got? Is this the legendary Kevin Owens I've been hearing about? As now Bryan whipped into the corner. Kevin Owens gonna bounce him back. And Kevin Owens, this time he delivers the German suplex. And you can see Bryan holding the back of his head, holding his neck. Kevin Owens has been dishing out the damage. Every shot is calculated by Kevin Owens. Not only does he have a vast capacity for destruction, but he knows how to focus that destruction on a central point. Right now, the neck of Daniel Bryan. And that's what makes Kevin Owens so devastating. That Kevin Owens, yeah, he might be a weapon of mass destruction, but he knows how to concentrate. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, jeez. Daniel Bryan, I think Kevin Owens just choked the life out of him, launching himself through the middle rope. 1, 2, 3, no. Unbelievable. Bryan is still in this, but he couldn't even power out. He barely had enough oxygen in him just to peel the shoulder up. And now pump handle neck breaker. Again, back to the neck. Bryan is in serious trouble. 1, he might have him 2. He might have him 3, no. Bryan is still alive. And Kevin Owens is getting frustrated. Daniel Bryan has put up a hell of a fight in this matchup thus far. And Kevin Owens is starting to feel the pressure. Starting to get a little rattled. As he dumps Bryan to the outside, Kevin Owens following in pursuit. The referee begins the count. That's the champion's advantage that Owens is working with in this matchup. He could retain by count out or disqualification. Although, I don't know. It might be a matter of pride for Kevin Owens. I don't know if he'll take a victory like that. But if things get desperate enough, who knows? As Bryan whipped into the barricade. Spine first, and now this time, face first. Kevin Owens, no signs of remorse. No signs of letting up. As you can hear some of Owens' supporters in the crowd chanting, "Kill Owens, kill." Although, it almost seems as though Kevin Owens, the fact that he's just gone through destroying everybody on the roster, it seems as though he has garnered a small bit of support. But honestly, I don't know how anybody can root for this man. I don't know what kind of sick people would condone actions like this. As Kevin Owens now, I mean, he has taken full control in this matchup. Daniel Bryan, he had the upper hand early on. But right now it is all Kevin Owens. And the crowd has been taken out of this matchup. You see them on their feet, just holding their breaths. Just waiting to see, well, when is it going to happen? When is Daniel Bryan going to give up? When is Kevin Owens going to put him away? But that's not going to happen. Daniel Bryan's not a quitter. Daniel Bryan is not about to let these people down. Wait a minute, roll up by Kevin Owens. Shoulders down, 1, 2, no. Bryan able to kick out of it. And now you see the crowd is starting to fire up, starting to heat up, but Owens shuts it back down. Kevin Owens with the double. And now he's looking to do it again. We saw him do this to The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens just tossing Bryan around like a rag doll with these vicious suplexes. And now Bryan going for the ride. He's up in the torture rack position, and Owens turns it into a neck breaker. Owens hooks the leg on Bryan. 1, 2, no! Kevin Owens, despite all the damage he has done to the neck, Daniel Bryan continues to fight, and now Bryan able to create separation. Now delivers a European uppercut. Owens strikes back. Kevin Owens with a headbutt, not looking to back down. But neither is Bryan. Daniel Bryan, this is where the adrenaline is pumping. He is feeling it. He's firing up. Kevin Owens dumped through the middle rope. And we know what this usually sets up. Daniel Bryan, you hear the crowd chanting his name. Daniel Bryan with a full head of steam through the middle rope. Suicide, no! Owens blocked it. Owens got the punch to the face. Bryan is out like a light. And Kevin Owens just mocking the crowd. Tell them, no, you want to chant Daniel Bryan's name? Keep chanting. Chant all you like. Watch as I destroy your hero. As Bryan stumbles to his feet, Kevin Owens has got him, spins him around. Go home driver. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. No! Bryan able to kick out still. As Owens now, you saw that vicious, disrespectful boot straight to the nose of Daniel Bryan. Owens is getting frustrated. He's getting fed up with this. Daniel Bryan, the boy with the dream who just will not die. Kevin Owens looking to destroy that dream with a vicious DDT off the top rope. And now Kevin Owens again. Kevin Owens unloading with the right hands. Owens is getting desperate. He's getting frustrated. No matter what he hits Bryan with, Bryan just will not die. Almost a similar performance to what we saw from Rusev earlier on. We saw Rusev make the comeback. But I don't know, is Bryan going to be able to do it? Kevin Owens off that cannonball in the corner. Could be looking to put the finishing touches on this. As he delivers the boot to the midsection. Could be looking for the package pile driver. Bryan though, Bryan countered. Bryan leveled him with that clothesline. And now Daniel Bryan measuring a groggy Kevin Owens who stumbles to his feet. Bryan takes him back down to the canvas. Daniel Bryan's got him in the yes lock. Daniel Bryan's got him in the yes lock. He forced John Cena to tap out to this to become #1 contender. Is he gonna force Kevin Owens to tap? Owens is crawling. Owens is trying to fight it. He's trying to find a way to escape. Try to crawl to the ropes. Something, anything to find a way out. But Owens manages to escape it. Kevin Owens managed to survive the label lock. And now Bryan whipped off the ropes. Kevin Owens has got him for a spine buster with one hand. Obviously still feeling the effects from the yes lock. But Owens able to go in the attack nonetheless, and now moonsault! Hook of the leg again by Owens. High risk move with a high reward, but not high enough to score the win. Not enough damage done. And that is not the result Kevin Owens wanted. He wanted the pinfall right there, as Bryan again dumped to the outside. How many more times is Kevin Owens going to take this to the outside? As Owens, you can tell he's getting frustrated. He's running out of options. Bryan whipped into the barricade. Oh, come on, we just fixed the damn thing. Don't do this! Owens driving Bryan through the barricade, the very same barricade that Devon destroyed earlier. It seems as though repairing it was almost completely worthless, as Kevin Owens just broke it down again. Bryan now whipped into the steel steps. And how much more is the ref going to allow to happen here? Kevin Owens ducks back into the ring just to break the count, though. Kevin Owens isn't going to take a win by countout. He wants to humiliate Daniel Bryan. He wants to completely destroy him, to eradicate him from the face of SmackDown, from the face of the WWE. Kevin Owens, he said that any superstar who steps up to compete against him, well, he's on borrowed time, but Daniel Bryan says no. Daniel Bryan says, I'm not going anywhere. My career is only just beginning. As Bryan, over the top, ducks a clothesline, full out of steam, elbow, straight to the sternum. And look at Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is feeling it. The adrenaline flowing through his veins, channeling his second wind. The crowd on their feet. We know what's coming next. Flying goat. The diving headbutt delivered, but Bryan doesn't seem to be done. Daniel Bryan is only just beginning, as now he's lighting up Kevin Owens with a backhand. Kick to the chest. And another one. But Owens is still up. Not for long, though. Bryan drops him with that spinning back kick. And Bryan trying to amp up this crowd to the fullest, to get all the momentum behind him as he channels it into the running knee. And that could be it. Bryan with the running knee. Owens is out cold. We've got a new WWE champion. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. No way. Kevin Owens just kicked out of the running knee. Daniel Bryan has used that move so many times in the past to put away his opponents, but it was not enough to put away Kevin Owens, and Bryan is beside himself. What more does he have to do? Look at the torque on this Dragon Sleeper. Daniel Bryan just going back to his roots, back to the submission game. As Owens bent nearly in half like a pretzel here. Is he gonna... No! Owens able to escape it. Now a headbutt delivered to Bryan. Bryan up against the ropes, and Kevin Owens dumps him to the outside. How much more fight does Kevin Owens have left? Oh no. No, 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 no. He's not gonna do it again. This is what put Kane, the Undertaker, on the shelf. Power bomb onto the apron. And that might just be the end of Daniel Bryan. Kevin Owens tosses him back into the ring. You've got to be kidding me. Bryan is still trying to get to his feet, and Owens with a boot, not gonna let it happen. I mean, you can see him grabbing at his arm. Who knows how much damage was done to his nervous system after getting powerbombed on the apron. And Owens, come on. Why didn't you just pin him, Owens? Why didn't you just pin him? Well, he saw Bryan get to his feet, and that only infuriated him. No! No, you've done enough! You've done enough! Back suplex from the top rope. Surely that'll do it. Oh, come on. Owens. You need to stop this. You've done enough. He truly is trying to end this man's career. Pop-up powerbomb. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And I hate to say it, folks, but I think... I don't think there's any stopping Kevin Owens. Daniel Bryan... I mean, that was the... I mean, if Daniel Bryan, with the performance he just had, I mean, that was undeniably the performance of a career. And Daniel Bryan has not been in better shape than he's been now. Coming off that victory over Punk, you saw how much damage he was able to dish out to Kevin Owens. I mean, he was able to back him into a corner. But not even Daniel Bryan could get the job done. No matter how much he hit him with, Kevin Owens came back with more. He came back with interest. And not only did Kevin Owens just survive the onslaught, I mean, he may have just ended Bryan's career. Can anybody stop this man? I don't think there is any stopping Kevin Owens at this point. Bryan came the closest anyone has ever come to finishing off Kevin Owens once and for all. But even he couldn't do it. And this was ultimately what spelled disaster. The powerbomb onto the apron, and then the pop-up powerbomb. And there's no coming back from that. That might be the end of Daniel Bryan, and that might be the end of anybody having any hopes of taking that title away from Kevin Owens. And there you see backstage, that is AJ Styles gearing up for our main event, which is up next. A fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Styles is ready to go.
This sellout crowd in Uniondale is on their feet. They are ready for this main event match. And here we go. This is the phenomenal AJ Styles. And, well, in the short time that Styles has been here, he really has pushed himself into a really important spot tonight. You have to remember that AJ Styles only debuted back at the Royal Rumble, and here he is now competing for the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules. It might not be the fastest rise in WWE history, but still, this is nothing to be scoffed at. AJ Styles, he's been mighty impressive since his debut. Of course, he's got history with some of the competitors in this matchup. It was at the Royal Rumble, when he made his debut, that AJ Styles eliminated Randy Orton. And we all know the story. We all know the story there. Styles losing to Orton at Roadblock, but then pinning him at WrestleMania in that tag team match, which also included Samoa Joe and Batista. And now tonight, AJ Styles, one of 3 challengers who will step up to Cesaro to attempt to dethrone him at the top of Monday Night Raw. And speaking of Randy Orton, here he is. Randy Orton, his performance has been inconsistent over the last several months. Really, you could date it back to his World Championship match with Ryback at Battleground. After that loss, Orton on pay-per-view, he's been up and down. Of course, it was at Survivor Series that he lost to Samoa Joe, but he got a win back over Joe in a street fight at Fastlane. Then, of course, he came up short at the Royal Rumble, thanks to AJ Styles eliminating him. But at Roadblock, he got a win back. Then at WrestleMania, he lost again. Looking by that record, it would seem as though Randy Orton, he's due for a win tonight. But then again, those are just numbers. Randy Orton, if he wants to win that World Heavyweight Championship, he has got 3 game competitors to try to take down. But if anybody could do it, it would have to be Randy Orton. I mean, he has dubbed himself as the Rookie Killer, and in his mind, all 3 of his opponents tonight, well, they have less experience in the WWE than him, therefore, they must be rookies. So I'm sure that Randy Orton would love nothing more than to take down all three of his opponents in one fell swoop. But this man would object to that. This is a man who has not been inconsistent. In fact, Seth Rollins has been on fire in the past several months. He's got big pay-per-view victories at SummerSlam, Night of Champions, Survivor Series, and then, of course, at WrestleMania, the biggest win of his career, scoring it over Dean Ambrose in a 60-minute Iron Man match. And it was Seth Rollins who almost missed out on this matchup because Triple H did not include him in the #1 Contenders matchups. It was only just recently, 2 weeks back, that Seth Rollins got the opportunity to take on AJ Styles and Randy Orton in a handicap match to qualify for this. But of course, Randy Orton walked out on the matchup, wasn't even tagged into the match. So he left Styles high and dry, and that gave Seth Rollins the opening to defeat Styles. So you'd have to imagine that Styles could be looking for a bit of retribution on Rollins here tonight. But here is the man that everybody is gunning for, and it's because of that big gold belt around his waist. This is the Swiss Superman, the King of Swing, Cesaro. And it was at WrestleMania that Cesaro defeated Dolph Ziggler to capture his first ever World Championship. So you'd have to imagine that Cesaro is not looking to let go of that belt anytime soon, having only just won it about a month ago. But tonight, Cesaro's got a hell of a task, a hell of a title defense to kickstart his reign as he goes up against not one, not two, but 3 game opponents. And on any night, I would have to say that these 3 men, just in singles action, could give Cesaro a run for his money. But to have to face them all at once, Cesaro, the numbers definitely do not bode well for him. The odds are stacked against him, as he's got a 1 in 4 chance of retaining tonight. But that hasn't stopped other superstars from retaining in the past. Cesaro, I mean, he's well acquainted with multi-man matchups like this. Don't forget that at SummerSlam, he retained his United States Championship in a 5-man championship scramble match. So if anybody can handle the pressure, if anybody can live up to the hype, it would have to be the Swiss Superman. As you see right now, Cesaro going after Styles. Meanwhile, AJ Styles has got Randy Orton with a phenomenal blitz. Rollins dumped to the outside by Cesaro. And now it looks as though Cesaro and Styles are going to work together to take down Randy Orton with a double backbreaker. But Rollins is back in the ring, and Seth Rollins has got Cesaro, and he dumps the world champion over the top to the outside. Randy Orton dumped over the top, but he's able to hang on. Meanwhile, here comes Styles. A full head of steam, shoulder driven into the midsection, and Styles now with a springboard elbow drop to the outside. And already this match is picking up. The pace has certainly escalated in this matchup. As you've got on the right side, you've got Rollins and Cesaro going at it. Meanwhile, AJ Styles with a discus clothesline taking down Randy Orton. Cesaro just driven into the barricade by Seth Rollins. As there is going to be action, fast and furious, left, right, and center in this matchup. A massive clothesline by Randy Orton. And now, Seth Rollins drives Cesaro into the barricade, but Cesaro able to reverse it. Rollins goes down. Oh, and a massive European uppercut there by Cesaro. It's what you always got to watch out for when you're taking on the Swiss Superman is you've got to watch out for those deadly European uppercuts. As Cesaro hits him with another one, Rollins crumbles to the floor, and the Swiss Superman swings him into the barricade. That is vintage Cesaro right there. Is back on the left side of your screen. Randy Orton drives the elbow straight to the face of AJ Styles. And look at Cesaro on the right side. Massive discus European uppercut. Now a double foot stomp to the midsection of Rollins. Oh, but Rollins caught the kick. Rollins had it well scouted. And he takes Cesaro down with a dragon leg screw. Meanwhile, left side.
Orton was looking for a DDT, but Styles able to reverse. And now a knife edge chop delivered. And another one. AJ Styles is just lighting up Randy Orton with these chops. And now into the barricade he goes. Randy Orton going for the ride as he bounces face first off of that barricade. AJ Styles and Randy Orton, there is no love lost between these two men. Out of all the superstars in this matchup, AJ Styles and Randy Orton, they have had the most history with each other. Their rivalry would be the most personal. As Cesaro has tangoed with Seth Rollins in the past. If you remember back at the King of the Ring tournament, it was Seth Rollins who defeated Cesaro in the Raw finals, the semifinals of the tournament. That's what allowed Seth Rollins to advance to face Titus O'Neil in the final. And look at Cesaro now. Cesaro rolls through. He has got Seth Rollins for an air raid crash neck breaker. Drills it right there. Rollins, his neck just crushed. Crushed over the knee of Cesaro as Rollins dumped back inside of the ring. Orton sending Styles into the barricade. Oh, what a European uppercut there by Cesaro. As now Styles draped across the barricade, but in the ring, Cesaro goes for the pin. 2. No. Imagine if he would have retained the title right there. Cesaro would have made a fairly quick escape in this matchup if he had done so. As Rollins up in the air. No, wait, counter! Rollins able to counter that military press into a DDT. Beautiful reversal there by Rollins. And now Seth stomping away at the... just trying to stomp a mud hole into the heart of Cesaro. And now Seth Rollins, look at this from the middle rope. He got him with the Phoenix Splash. 1, 2, no. Cesaro just peels the shoulder off the canvas, and Seth Rollins starting to get a bit heated. As now in comes Randy Orton. Cesaro going for the ride, a double suplex. And it seems as though Randy Orton and Seth Rollins forming an unlikely alliance. As there's another boot to the midsection. Double DDT. These two men working together to take down the mutual threat. And that is, of course, the World Heavyweight Champion. As an Irish whip, Cesaro taken down with a power slam. Well, I wouldn't have expected Orton and Seth Rollins to be working together like this. But then again, this is a fatal four-way. Alliances will form. And alliances will break down at the drop of a hat. And speaking of that, Randy Orton levels Seth Rollins with a clothesline. Cesaro spills outside of the ring. And now, Randy Orton drives the knee straight into the face. Styles is out of it. Cesaro is out of it. It is just Rollins and Orton right now. This is the prime opportunity for one of these two men to try to score the quick victory here. And there, speak of the devil, Seth Rollins with the roll-up. 1, 2, no. Randy just manages to survive it, but Seth Rollins with a full out of steam clothesline takes down the Viper. As now really is the time when you've got your opponents down, you want to try to get the job done as quickly as you can. Otherwise, you've got to have eyes in the back of your head because your opponents, they could come at you from any angle, from anywhere, at any time. As Seth Rollins has got Randy Orton looking for the Falcon Arrow. And now Seth Rollins, he's looking to go to the high rent district. But Randy Orton back to his feet. He knew what was coming. Seth Rollins has to change up his game plan. As Randy Orton goes up. No, counter! Orton able to counter and just crush the life out of Seth Rollins. And just like that, Randy Orton takes control. As Seth Rollins whipped over to the ropes, and you can hear the crowd. The crowd's starting to rally behind Randy Orton. Obviously, Rollins and Orton are not the two fan favorites in this matchup. But when they're going up against each other like this, I guess the crowd's got to pick a side with someone. There's a boot to the midsection delivered by Orton. Now bringing Rollins to his feet. Into the corner he goes, and Randy Orton. This is that methodical style, just slowly picking Rollins apart. Driving those elbows straight to the side of the head. Now hooks the leg on Seth Rollins, but only a 1 count. A bit of defiance on the part of Seth Rollins. As Orton, no! Rollins counters a shot to the midsection. And here's Seth Rollins. Northern Light suplex and he bridges for the pin. 1, 2, no, just a 1 count again. Now it's Orton who responds with defiance. Counter by Orton as Rollins was looking for something, but it got blocked. And Randy Orton has got Rollins up in the air. Neckbreaker, vintage Randy Orton with that one. And now you see Randy Orton throwing up his vintage pose, mocking Rollins, and playing it up to the crowd a little bit. If the crowd's gonna support him for this one night, and this one night only, I guess Randy Orton's looking to make the most of it. As Rollins, again, backed into the corner. Orton has got him up, looking for Snake Eyes. And I guess if the crowd is cheering for Randy Orton, that would mean that Seth Rollins is the most hated man in this matchup. And I can't really blame these people. Seth Rollins, his track record speaks for itself. As Randy Orton could be looking for the RKO, but no! Rollins able to reverse it, blocks the RKO, and now Orton's in trouble as Seth Rollins takes him down with God's last gift. But wait a minute, AJ Styles, springboard, blockbuster! And just like that, Styles back in the fray, looking to capitalize. 2, no! And that's what I'm talking about. Have to have your head on a swivel, because your opponents could come from anywhere. As AJ Styles, phenomenal blitz, he lights up Seth Rollins. Orton had been knocked out of the ring by God's last gift, and that distraction gave AJ Styles the perfect opportunity to take down Seth Rollins. And now the crowd's starting to rally behind Styles here. As Styles looking, no, wait. Rollins able to reverse it, driving Styles straight on his arm. As Styles pushes himself to his feet, but Seth Rollins strikes away. Styles, he's taken down now, as Seth Rollins has got him slingshot onto that bottom rope. A vicious offensive there by Seth Rollins. His offense, it might not be pretty, but it's effective. And now Seth Rollins just hammering away on the Phenomenal One. So now he delivers a boot to the midsection. And he lifts him up, using the ropes to launch Styles into that power bomb. Oh, but Styles kicks him off. AJ Styles is not done yet. Stomped now to the arm of Seth Rollins. And I have to say, if there are two superstars who have the least amount of history with each other, it would be AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. But they are making history right now, as Seth Rollins takes Styles down with a belly-to-belly suplex. Styles stumbles to his feet, right into the waiting arms of Seth Rollins, who takes him down with a reverse STO, planting him face first into the canvas. As now delivers a boot to the back, into the pin. No, but not even a 2 count. Styles quick to kick out there. As, oh, no, wait. Rollins went for an enziguri, but Styles blocked it, and then takes him down with a pendulum backbreaker. Very resourceful counter by AJ Styles, as now he ascends to the top rope. Rollins trying to get back to his feet, but AJ Styles with a clothesline. A massive clothesline off the top by Styles as he crawls for the pin. Referee, 1, 2, no. A quick kick out by Rollins. He continues to show his defiance, his resilience. As now AJ Styles rockets Rollins into the corner, and now with a full head of steam off the ropes. No! Rollins takes him down with an arm drag. And now he's got Styles' facebuster, the sit-out facebuster, and he hooks the leg. 1, does he have him 2? New world champion, no! Styles kicks out at the last second, and you see the frustration by Rollins there. Nothing pretty about that, just a vicious kick to the ribs, to the stomach of AJ Styles. That'll take the wind out of you for sure. As now Seth Rollins has got him up there. Seth Rollins looking for the buckle bomb. Styles, he's out. Rollins could be looking to score the win here. 1, 2, 3, no! Styles just able to hang on. Rollins is in disbelief, but that's not going to change the result, as now Rollins might have been looking for God's last gift yet again. But Styles with the reversal, and Rollins goes for the ride. A pump handle gutbuster there by Styles. As Rollins is out on his feet. AJ Styles is measuring him. He's got him up on his shoulders, looking for Ushi. Goroshi! The back of Rollins' head ricochets off the knee of Styles, and Styles may have the win. New world champion. No! Styles cannot believe it. Rollins just, wait a minute, there's Cesaro. Cesaro trying to get in on the action, but Styles takes him down. And wait a minute, Rollins back to his feet. Seth Rollins catches Styles off guard. Super kick. Right on the jaw. Styles could be out like a light. Cesaro's down. Orton is down. And Seth Rollins ascends to the high rent district. Delivers with the frog splash. Hook of the leg. 1, 2. No. Try as these men might, it just isn't enough to score the win. And this is where time starts to work against you. Because the more time it takes to put away your opponent, the more recovery time your other opponents will have. As Styles delivers the springboard moonsault, picture perfect at that. And now Styles sending Rollins into the corner. Lights him up with a knife edge chop. Now AJ Styles to the middle rope. Tornado DDT. Rollins is down in the center of the ring. Styles just warming up here. Looks to be lining up a massive shot. One straight between the shoulder blades there. Seth Rollins whipped off the ropes. Styles ducks under. And Rollins sent head over heels over the top rope by Randy Orton. But Styles hangs up Randy Orton. And there's Cesaro. Cesaro with the springboard corkscrew. And I mean, what a sequence that was. Rollins taken out of the ring. Styles hung out Orton to dry. And just like that, Cesaro takes advantage of the distraction. A massive European uppercut, delivers with another one. And now the world champion begins to rally. Styles whipped into the corner, and another European uppercut by Cesaro. And the Swiss Superman is starting to heat up. And Styles just doesn't have an answer for these European uppercuts. Well, there's your answer. No, but he missed. Went for a clothesline in the corner. And Cesaro damn near took his head off. And now, Cesaro starting to take control. He's starting to find his foothold in this match. As he's got him with 2, looking for the 3rd. Deadlift, gut-wrench suplex. Styles is out in the center of the ring right now. And Cesaro, could he be thinking it? Are we gonna see? Yes, we are, folks. We're about to go a-swinging. Cesaro has got the legs. Looks to the crowd, and here we go! AJ Styles goes around and around and around and around and around as Cesaro swings AJ Styles into oblivion. Meanwhile, on the outside, Randy Orton sends Rollins straight into those steel steps. Now a knee to the face is Randy Orton. Randy is measuring Seth Rollins. What's he looking to hit? Randy Orton has got it. Wait a minute. Randy Orton, pedigree. A pedigree to Seth Rollins on the outside. As meanwhile, in the ring, counter by Styles. Rollins just got hit with his own finisher. And meanwhile, in the ring, AJ Styles has managed to turn this match around. He's got Styles up in the air, or he's got Cesaro rather, with a powerbomb, bridging for the pin. 1, 2, no. Cesaro defiantly kicks out, but Styles is not done there. AJ Styles up to the top rope, looking for a spiral tap. Styles got him with the spiral tap, and into the pin. Cesaro's out. 1, 2, no. How close was that? Cesaro just barely got his shoulder up. And Styles, now he's letting his emotions get the better of him. He's clearly frustrated. But he dumps Cesaro out over the top rope. Wait a minute, Randy Orton from behind. Randy's in the ring. Look out, Styles. RKO. No. Styles reversed. And a massive enziguri to the side of the skull. Orton pulls himself back to his feet, but Styles is there. He's ready and waiting, and he's got him with the calf killer. Randy Orton caught in the calf killer. Is he gonna submit? Is AJ Styles gonna win the world title here? It's not meant to be. Orton able to counter. And now DDT. Styles not even able to get back to his feet. Randy Orton. Now Randy Orton could be measuring another RKO. No, instead, looking. Well, he was looking for an exploder suplex, but Styles takes him down with the DDT. Now into the pin. 1, 2. No. Another near fall. But that's all it will remain is a near fall. As Randy back to his feet, Styles levels him with a clothesline. And now AJ Styles out to the apron. And this is not where you want to be if you're Randy Orton. AJ Styles is measuring him. He could be looking for the finishing blow. The Phenomenal 4, no! Styles was thinking Phenomenal Forearm, but shades of Roadblock. Randy counters with an RKO. 1, 2, 3, no! Styles kicks out of the RKO. That was the very same sequence that defeated Styles at Roadblock. But this time Styles able to hang on, and Randy is clearly pissed. No, you've got to be kidding me. The punt kick. No, wait, what? Styles catapulted him into the air. Styles clash. 1, 2, but there's Cesaro. Oh, at the last second. Cesaro makes the save. Randy looking for the punt kick. Styles caught him with a Styles clash. And now Cesaro takes out Orton. He takes out Styles with a massive rolling elbow. And now Cesaro launching himself over the top to take out Styles. But there's Rollins back in the ring now. Randy just got caught with a kick and a springboard knee. And all of a sudden, Rollins is all alone. 1, 2, no. We nearly had a new world champion right there, but Cesaro, or I should say Orton, just barely got his shoulder off the canvas. And Rollins takes out the trash. Randy dumped outside of the ring as the world champion now tries to get into the ring. Oh, and look at this. Sunset flip. Rollins is down, shoulders down. 1, 2. No! Rollins reverses. What? No. A quick kick out there by Cesaro. He was in dire straits. Curb stomp. No! The curb stomp countered into a Swiss death. What a sequence. And now Cesaro looks to finish Rollins off. Cracks the neck. Neutralizer. The neutralizer delivered. Hook of the leg on Rollins. 1, 2, 3, and it's all over, folks. Cesaro, after that war, manages to retain the World Heavyweight Championship against all odds. My God. What a match. I mean, at least every superstar had at least one shot at winning this matchup tonight. It really was anybody's ball game. It was anybody's match to win, but at the end of the day, it's the World Heavyweight Champion who stands tall and retains his prize. As you can look back on the highlights of this wild ride we call the main event. As there you see the buckle bomb delivered to Styles, but then Styles would answer back with this. Unbelievable. Styles countering Orton. I mean, just so many iconic moments in this match to look back on. It's almost too much action to recollect. As this was an interesting development to say the least. Orton delivering a pedigree to Seth Rollins. But ultimately there was the real turning point. Phenomenal forearm countered into an RKO. Orton going for the punt kick, but Styles popped up into a Styles clash. But even that wasn't enough, because at the end of the day, Rollins attempting a curb stomp, Cesaro catapulting him into the air for an uppercut. And then finishing the job with the Old Faithful, the neutralizer. And there you see the Swiss Superman will stand tall as the referee grabs the World Championship. And the King retains his prize here tonight at Extreme Rules. Thank you all for joining me once again for another stellar event. Cesaro celebrates with the crowd. And until next time, thank you for joining me. And as always, keep on YouTubing.